Drew, are you here?
I'm back. Hey, yeah, I'm here. Love you, sweet pea. I just unmuted myself. Did you hear that last response?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I feel like we were able to handle that mutate quite well, unless, it spontaneously mitosis many times.
We'll see if something else shows up or something too when we.
Yeah, like a perfect mutate. I'm very impressed with the puzzle-solving skills that Cormac/Micah exhibited last session. My brain was just too fried to even think of any possible answer.
Drew, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were cutting me off on purpose.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I couldn't hear anything from the other side.
All right. Here, give me a moment. Did anybody else hear me talking before?
No.
No, I didn't either.
All right. Discord must be feeling weird and think I don't have admin on, so let me just restart.
Okay.
Okay, it should be good now, I think.
Cool.
Sometimes Discord forgets that I'm running it as an admin, so when I tab out of the Discord to read from something, it doesn't send the voice.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you guys defeated the mutate, solved the puzzle, opened the door, and the description of the chamber before you is as follows. A familiar-looking column stands in the southern point of this room. Two metal objects stand on either side of the stele, mounted on a metal apparatus to hold them in place. The objects are long, thin, rectangular sheets of silver metal that are curved to a semicircle, resembling a tube cut lengthwise, and they cup the stele from a few feet on either side. Cables run from the objects and snake upward, disappearing into the stone wall. Blinking lights and a series of changing symbols emanate from directly inside the stone wall, and a soft hum fills the room. What do you guys do?
I ask the alien, the elder one that I am connected to, elder thing. What am I seeing?
They say the stone.
Right, but what are those contraptions on either side of it? Those wires and lights.
It says devices.
Need we be concerned about them? Are they dangerous? Are there any countermeasures for people entering this area?
No, the devices pose no danger to organics.
Very. I look to the others and say, we should be on our guard in case more of those creatures show up.
Cormac will nod, and he'll start moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll use my perception to check for traps.
You can roll it.
And I'll ask Fingram not to get too close, to wait until I've inspected the area.
I'll roll perception as well. Except I don't have my hero lab open. God damn it. I don't know, just add 20 or something to that.
I think your perception's pretty high. I think it's like 30.
Oh yeah. I'm being generous with my low number.
Okay. Well, looking around initially, you guys don't see anything that would look like a trap.
Right, let's go in there. I don't see anything that looks like a trap.
Okay.
I'll start cautiously moving in there.
Alright, you do.
And I guess I'll just keep on approaching the stele.
Keep on keeping on.
Exactly. Moving right along.
Yep, you approach it.
Alright. Besides the technological doodads on the side of it, does it look relatively similar to the other stele that we've encountered?
It does. In fact, I can give you a picture of it.
Visuals.
Give me just a moment. I have to put this into
Do a handout.
Yeah, no worries.
because I get it from the whatchamacallits. The man, I don't remember what you call it now. The P something. The PDFs.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't need to put it into a handout. I just make it visible here.
Oh yeah, and I guess while you're finding that, I'll tell the others that if anything happens, like creatures appear, we should get out of this room if possible, so that we can draw them out more into the open, where we fought the mutate.
There we go. All right, here's a picture. That's basically what it looks like, and with the rigging on it.
Huh. Interesting. Does it look like the wires and tubes are leading to anything in particular?
The wall.
Gotcha.
It's all hooked up to the wall, which has like lights that blink and stuff, and these symbols that also like blink in and out.
Hmm.
If you have a knowledge engineering,
I was
could
just
tell you more
about to say. Definitely. And I can roll skills that I'm untrained in.
All right, is that just 27?
Yeah, because I don't think I'm receiving any other bonuses right now.
Unfortunately, your knowledge is not keen enough to discern anything from this alien rig.
Right. Yeah, it's technological things are one of the few things that Father Reinhardt hasn't actively studied on. Yeah, he just kind of looks at it curiously, rubbing his chin, just, But he looks to the others and asks, "Shall we attempt the ritual?"
Yeah. Cormac will step up.
Right?
All right.
And
So, who's going to be in attendance for the ritual?
Not it.
Yeah, it's probably me, Cormac, and Reinhard. Because I think we're the ones that have knowledge. What was it, Arcana or?
I believe Arcana is what we've been rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, as you guys are looking around carefully for traps, you do see something inside the room. There's this pentagonal section of stone on the southwest wall. It's at shoulder height and the size of like a palm, but it's like it stands out.
So it stands out farther than the rest of the wall. It's not completely flush.
Yeah, a little bit.
Am I able to determine what its purpose might be?
It looks like a device
Okay.
that's meant to be pushed upon.
I'll inform the others, pointing it out, and say, "This looks like some sort of button. Elder thing, what is this? What does this button do?"
They're like, don't push that. Get out of my laboratory.
They say that the facility does have secret compartments.
All right. Well, I shall press this then. It may prove beneficial to ourselves. I'll ask the others, should I press this before we attempt the ritual?
Sure. I don't know what's going to happen though. If this starting the ritual might draw attention to some of the things living in outside.
'Tis true. Then I suppose we must do this while we have the chance. He'll tell the others that he's going to push it, and if they want to, position themselves for something bad happening, they should do it.
Yeah, I'll stand back a little bit. The luck blade out in case something goes awry, but it's probably fine to push the button. It's supposed to just be a secret compartment.
All right. Father Reinhardt will press it.
All right, you press it, and as it is depressed on the southwest wall, a portion of the southeast wall opens.
Ooh.
Interesting.
And inside the wall is a small compartment with a container. It is a chest-sized box of some kind of unusual silvery metal that resembles chrome-plated steel.
Does it... Well, I guess I'll inspect it with Detect Magic and Perception to see if it's trapped in any way.
Okay.
It's my perception, and does Detect Magic reveal anything?
You aren't detecting the presence of magic.
Okay.
And you don't think it's trapped, but it is definitely locked.
Alrighty.
You can see the locking mechanism on it.
Okay. Does the locking mechanism resemble any of the little pentachips that we have?
It's more like a combination lock with 5 dials and written numbers in their Elder Thing language.
Alright. Did anybody happen to procure a key or any kind of code as we explored this area? Fingrim, I know you went off on your own a little bit.
I don't think I saw anything like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't have any disabled device trained. I guess I'll ask the Elder Things if there's any sort of particular
we
code.
have a key or a code or keys, 3 of them, 4, 8, something like that.
I mean, we had the tiles or whatever that we used to get into this room, but I don't think that helps here, though.
Yeah, so I guess I'll relay my question to the Elder Things. Like, if there's any sort of significant number or date that could possibly be the key to opening this chest. Somebody's birthday, perhaps?
They start giving you a series of different 5-digit codes, but none of them work on opening this thing.
Alright. He concludes that we will attempt to open this later. Maybe I can cast some sort of divination magic that would help us unlock it, or we can attempt to open it with brute force. Can this fit in anybody's pack?
I can put it in... Wait, do I have a bag of holding on this character? I probably just hold on to it.
Alrighty. Put it in the extra dimensional space of your choosing.
Wow.
Alright. Thank you for indulging me with this button pressing. Now we shall get to the task at hand.
I'll just list it as a weird box.
Yeah.
It's a shiny chrome box.
That in itself is at least worth something.
It's shiny and chrome.
Ooh, long live the new chrome. Alright. Shall we begin the ritual?
I think I'm ready.
Alright. Eric, would you like to give us a little bit of music to help this... Oh wait, does the ritual... It takes more than just one round. It takes a multitude of rounds. Okay, never mind then.
It takes a few minutes.
Alright, don't want him to burn all of his performances then.
Okay.
Dodge Arcana, though, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
those are Arcana.
Primary.
And I think Fingrim still has heroism on, so he can lead the charge for this one.
Alright.
If your bonus is 30 or more.
Only plus 28, actually, but...
Alrighty.
All right, those are good checks for your first one. It takes 2 knowledge arcana checks. However, don't roll me the second one.
Mm-hmm.
You guys begin the ritual. And a few rounds into it, like maybe after a minute or something,
Uh-huh.
the lights in the room start to flicker and fade one by one.
Whoa.
And the stele begins emanating more of its like yellow glow,
Uh-huh.
and you all hear a voice,
Oh.
and it says, "A presence, something new, yet familiar. Yes." Eventually, all the lights wink out, and it becomes dark. So if you have dark vision or light or something, that will be your source of vision.
Uh-huh. I have dark vision.
Likewise.
And something starts to take form. It's noticeably incorporeal. And it coalesces around the yellow glowing stele. And it's this skull of a reptilian creature on top of a mound of churning hair, mold, and fungus.
Ew.
And it continues to speak to you, and you guys hear this like not just like normally, but it like almost reverberates and echoes in your mind.
Okay.
It says, "Your coming was foretold in the rings. The long circle is nearly complete. Come, little ones, savor your fear as we feast upon it." And I need everyone to give me their initiatives.
All right.
Alright. I guess.
Phooey.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Does Cormac need to cast like a light spell or something to be able to see?
Yeah, I'm going to. Will be
Okay.
one of my first things I do.
See, is that my correct initiative? It is, yay! Sometimes it's a 7. Today, it's an 8.
I-
Oh yeah, everybody, in celebration, this is session 100.
It
Yeah,
is.
100.
Completed the march to 100.
Oh, damn. Well, a 20 for the monster in celebration.
No, that's for Eric.
Oh,
Eric
Oh,
Kazan
okay.
has a
Yay,
-1 initiative.
Oh, you
No.
did good then.
Yeah, he did
Yay.
as best as he could.
It's always fantastic when the bard goes first.
Oh, too bad the bard can't improve your initiative.
And you're right. There are some spells that do like link you mentally so that you can choose which higher one to do, but yeah.
I play the tribe wizard, I can give people heightened awareness.
Boys. But you're not.
Not in this game, but yeah, it's normally a personal spell, but tribe
And
wizard.
everybody is where they want to be when this happens.
I mean, I was trying to do the ritual, so I probably would have been there.
Yeah, I
Likewise.
expect that you guys are close. These three at least are close to the stele.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm where I want to be.
Okay.
I'm going back and forth from the
Eric
kitchen.
is going to
No worries.
cast a spell. He is going to, let's see. Yeah, everybody's within 30 feet. He's going to haste everybody.
Cool.
Hey.
And he'll begin an Inspire Courage performance.
Nice.
On this thing's turn, first of all, something happens.
All right.
With all the lights out, you guys hear that faint humming coming from this room stop. And the door closes.
Oh, of course.
This door closes, or no? Okay.
I presume that also, well, I'll finish letting you describe what's happening.
And this thing is going to cast a spell
Spellcraft!
defensively. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's got it. All right. You guys know that it's casting Confusion.
All right.
And I need Father Reinhardt, Cormac, and Fingrim to roll me a will save.
Confusion is a compulsion effect, so I get a +2 bonus for spells and spell-like abilities of the compulsion school. I don't know if this is an aberration or not, so I won't include that bonus. But if it is an aberration, I'll get an additional +2.
Oh, your sword would be telling you that, yeah, this is an aberration. But more importantly than that, the spirit of Upianshi is telling you that it senses a presence, exactly a near exact presence as the beast you destroyed in the lake.
Oh, okay. I don't even have it out right now, but yeah, it's sheathed. But yeah,
All right,
so communicate with me
20,
there.
40, and 30.
Yeah, so actually be a 32 if it's an aberration.
Okay. Then Father Reinhardt and Fingrim save, and Cormac, you are affected.
Yeah.
It's confusion.
You are affected by confusion, and it is going to be quite a few rounds because this thing's caster level is kind of high.
Yeah, but good news.
It's 12 rounds of
It's all right.
confusion for you.
Good
I
news
can get
is
rid of
this
it.
is confusion, so you
And
might
as
be able to
it
react
casts
normal.
this spell, it continues to speak to all of you, even the ones who are behind the door. In your minds, you hear it say, "Sleep is his gift. He is your true savior." All right, Cormac, go ahead and give me a percentage.
Well, before he rolls that, can a character hold their turn if they are confused?
No, maybe.
Uh,
You attack normally.
yeah.
Okay.
Looks like he's
All
attacking
right.
one of us.
That's Fingrim. Cormac, make an attack on Fingrim. The voices in your head are maddening and you are having trouble distinguishing friend from foe here.
It's probably better they attacked me than Reinhardt. I got like stone skin up right now.
Should have rolled. There it goes. What? That damage is wrong because I don't have all the bonuses. Yeah, let me just take that to hit, but here comes the actual.
Yeah, 28 will hit.
Yeah, so here's that actual damage. I'll just re-roll for the damage.
Okay, so not
18.
really much.
Yeah.
18.
All right, take 18.
Yeah, and
Well,
stone
and
skin
9
blocks
because
some of that.
he's not. Are you? Oh, you're not evil, so it doesn't.
He's
I'm
not
not
evil, so he doesn't
evil.
take the holy damage. Okay. Follow Reinhardt.
All right. I want to try to identify this creature.
Roll me knowledge to engineering. All right. You know that this thing is, in fact, incorporeal, but it is an aberrant. It is an aberrant extraplanar creature.
All right. So, like it's
It is unique, though, so there's no like thing that it's called. It's some kind of aberrant manifestation.
all right. So it's not an outsider.
It's not an outsider, but it is extraplanar.
Gotcha.
You know that its only defensive abilities are its incorporeality and that it has spell resistance.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's all I know, I'll relay that to the to those who can hear me, because I presume with the door shutting, we can no longer hear Eric Zahn's performance, right?
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, not getting those bonuses, and so what I'm going to do is, let's see, I know that Cormac has been affected by the spell because I saw him attack Fingrim, so I'm going to cast defensively Dispel Evil on Cormac.
Okay.
And I'm going to 5-foot step just to begin to make my way. And let's see, Dispel Evil is a 5th level spell, so that's what, like only a 25 that I need to hit? And my base is like 30, so I'll
Yep.
make that. I'll roll it just in case. In case it's gotten
Yep,
anything
you-
special.
Well, I assume you touch him.
Yeah.
And yep, you automatically dispel any one enchantment spell cast by an evil creature.
Yep, and I choose that one.
Alright, you dispel the confusion. Was that your turn?
So this thing is aberrant, but it's not undead?
It's not undead.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn then. And I
Alright.
try to shout out to, like, Kudu!
Yep, Kudu, it's your turn.
Okay, well, I can hear the performance. What performance is that?
Yep. It's Inspire Courage.
Okay.
The +3 to hit and damage.
So the door shuts. So I'll, like, take a move action to reach for the door to open it. Does it open?
Unlike before, there are no symbols on this, and it seems like whatever's going on, power to the facility has gone out.
Okay. I tell Eric to back away from the door. I'm gonna blast it.
Alright. Yeah, he understands that.
Guess I'm gonna blast it before he has a chance to back away, because it's my turn.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he'll be like, "Whoa." Okay, so I'm gonna back up just to get that sweet range, and
I want to see if you can one-shot the door.
I mean, unless I roll a 1, I'll hit it. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Okay. What kind of blast do I want to do? I'm gonna do my. Wait, hold on. I 5-foot step back. I gather power to avoid burn. One burn? How many burn is this? I keep forgetting what it is. 2 burn. Okay, so I'm gonna take 1 burn for this. Alright. I'm gonna gather power, take 1 burn, let me take that, and blast that door with a composite blast.
Okay.
So half cold, half piercing.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But it is a door, so we'll see.
It is, and it's a steel door.
Yeah.
But I think you might just impress yourself. Because, okay, so iron steel has 10 hardness, and this thing is 3 inches of steel, and that's 30 hit points per inch of thickness. So you actually do enough damage. You needed 100 points of damage to get through it.
Damn.
Nice.
Woo!
It probably got really loud in that chamber. I'm sorry.
Oh god, like when you put like a paper cup next to your ear and
Yeah.
flick the end.
You
Well,
basically, yeah, you blow a hole in.
It's like one of the things I love about like high-level Pathfinders when shit like that happens. Like a big 3-foot or whatever steel door closes, and your Kness is like, "Get out, get that shit out!"
Yeah,
Slaps
this-
it out of the way.
I'm done with doors, okay?
Yeah,
So yeah, you blow a hole open in the door here.
yeah. We can hear
Nice.
Eric's on again too.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The music comes through. And that's my turn.
Okay, Finger.
Yeah, so let me turn Inspire Courage back on. I feel so courageous again.
And you're hasted.
Yes, I still had that because he cast that right before the door closed. So I'm going to do a spell combat. I think. I don't know. It's hard to say. So I have like that sword that has Bane versus this, and like specifically is supposed to fight this kind of thing, but also it's incorporeal, right? Well, let me start with my own knowledge dungeoneering roll and see if I know anything more or different or whatnot.
Yeah, nice.
So what you know is you know everything that I told Father Reinhardt, but Finger, and particularly for you, and probably Cormac too, once he comes back to his senses. This reminds you, of something. The spirit of Umpianchi is very right that this is some kind of shade or like manifestation of Jaemendor.
Okay.
And this is more of like what the Great Old One would look like, and not just its husk.
All right.
But because it's not actually Jaemendor, it's just an extension of his will. But yeah, it has minor resistances, spell resistance and incorporeality.
Okay. It's incorporeal, but it's not undead, right?
It's not undead.
Okay. So if I hit it with like vampiric touch, that might work, but it'd be half effective.
Do you still have a force sword?
I actually do have one more Force Sword prepared too, so I'm thinking I might do that. Part of the problem with that is spell resistance, so I have to do the spell resistance. But all right, well, I'll give that a shot. I think.
Yeah, if it gets through, then bam, full damage for everything.
Yeah, I'll drop the Luck Blade. And I'm going to spell combat and start with the spell casting first. And I'm going to cast a Force Sword. And then I'm going to attempt to do... You know what? I'm going to use my swift action now to just enhance it, because even if it gets destroyed, I don't know. I want to actually make sure I hit. It would be silly if I randomly missed. So I'm going to give it... I'm actually going to use 2 points to give it a Bane enhancement onto it. So I'm going to enhance it up to a +5. I don't think this thing's immune to crit other than the incorporeality. So if I had a Force Sword, I could crit it, right?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, I'll give it I'll turn it into a +5 keen aberrant Bane Force Sword.
Nice.
And then I'm going to attack. So I'll start with one attack, because if I do a managed hit, I'll need to make sure I have the spell resistance check. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to make sure I'm fighting defensively. Okay. Yeah, that'll probably miss.
That misses.
It
Wait,
says
oh,
that
this
you
was-
rolled the D23 +2.
Oh, that's not how it's supposed to work. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me retry that again, because yeah, D23 is not a real thing. Okay. I don't know how that even happened. The numbers got all scrambled somehow. Okay, let me try that again. So D. Oh, it's probably because it's +23 and then I had a +2 for the Bane. Okay. Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Is a 37 back that up, and then I got to roll spell resistance anyway, so it might not even matter.
Yep. It backs it up, but go ahead and roll spell resistance.
Yeah. Here comes the big roll.
That's the big one.
Oh, nice.
34 is good.
Okay.
That confirms.
Nice.
So this is a D8 plus 10 plus 4 for my enhancement bonus increases. It's 2d8. So 2d8 plus 28 plus 2.
Nice. He is not gonna like you.
Probably not.
All right, you do damage.
Okay. Since it was spell combat, I still got some more attacks, so I'm going to keep doing those. That was the first of my iteratives. Here's a haste attack. That'll maybe miss.
That'll miss.
Yeah. Comes the normal Fingram rolls here. 30?
That hits.
Okay, so it's just a D8 plus 14. Plus 2d6. It's 26 more damage. And then my final iterative attack is a miss. Alright.
Alright.
That is including Spire Courage. Yeah, I have that as a...
Eric San backs up behind Kudu and continues to play.
I mean, Spire Courage is a check mark in Hero Lab, so automatically calculates it in.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
We'll let you know the horrors that happened while you were gone.
The only thing I have to add in myself... I mean, I could edit the weapon, but I usually just calculate the arcane pool stuff manually, because there's not like a simple check mark for it or anything. I wish there was like a configurable like adjustment I could throw on, but I haven't figured out a good way to do that.
All right. So on its turn, it is going to cast another spell,
All right.
and I will need Secret to make a roll here, but she'll do that when she comes.
I'll do a spellcraft check
Oh,
as well.
poo. Nice, Cormac.
Oh, so going into the kitchen doesn't mean don't target me. Ah, darn.
Yeah. No, it succeeds on its spellcrafter check. It was actually getting close to failing, but
Oh.
it does cast what you guys identify as fear,
Oh.
Oh, like the cone?
and it throws a cone this way.
Alrighty.
That little opening in the door is going to open them up too. So give me will.
So everyone?
No, not you, Fingram. You're outside of the cone.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
a cone from this square going this way.
And Eric is giving us a
Inspire
plus
courage.
3 bonus?
Yeah, it gives you a +3. Well, it's a morale bonus, so it won't stack with like heroism if you have that. But yeah, +3 morale bonus versus fear.
I'm actually fine with that number. I'll just settle with it.
Ooh, there's some low rolls.
Yeah.
Well, it's a plus.
Cormac
Plus
gets a
3
plus.
to it, so
You have a
21.
+4, so that's 22.
That was just the roll 20s inspire courage, like the whole thing. So I don't know if that counts, but whatever his inspire courage
If it's
is.
inspire courage, it's just a +3. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, Cormac and Kudu, even with the bonuses, fail on that. And for Erickson, let me see. Oh, yep, he's rolling not super hot either.
oh boy,
But the thing is, even though he's feared, his performance continues. Oddly enough,
that's
with
good.
his
At least.
ceaseless performance.
Yep. I don't have anything like remove fear, so
But yeah, so Kudu, Cormac, and Erickson are feared for a little bit. I think it's rounds per level. I think it's gonna be 12 rounds. Yeah, 12 rounds.
sounds right. If he'd made
You
the
are
save,
panicked.
yeah, and I think Reinhardt is shaken for 1 round.
Yeah.
Panicked. That sucks because you drop your weapon. Actually, that's great. It means Cormac will drop his weapon, and Reinhardt can pick it up.
Except he's not. I guess Great Sword's getting a little two-handed.
And
Yeah,
as it casts that fear, you guys hear some more of it talking to you in your head, and it gives you another cryptic thing. It whispers to you to find him, drown yourself in the circle of stars. And that's its turn. Cormac.
Interesting.
He goes running.
It drops his great sword and runs away.
Bravely ran away.
It's haste too, so he probably does he have?
Yeah, you can basically move 40 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah, 40 feet.
he can move further than that with haste, right?
Father Reinhardt? Well, now he's
because
down
I'm still
20
down.
feet.
Yeah.
All right, so this thing has
Actually,
been...
no, that's 20 feet.
All right. Unfortunately, protection from evil doesn't stop fear effects.
No, remove fear would work really well right here, but if you had that prepared, but I'm guessing you don't.
I don't think I have it prepared. Let me check my items to see if I have like a scroll or something of it.
Yeah, it's only a level 1 cleric spell too, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just that fear, like at this level, it seems like such a inconsequential like thing that.
Yeah, I feel the same way in Mummy's Mask, but I'm playing a paladin, so
And I don't prepare it because I'm usually the one that's feared. So
yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
Alright.
Cormac's failed so many fear saving
He
throws.
rolls
despite having-
twos.
Yeah, he has really good will save, but it doesn't matter because he just rolls a 1 or a 2 versus like every fear effect.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then I will just. I'll
It's fine.
do.
We'll just
I'll do
2v1
this.
this thing. Like just you and me. We'll take it. We got this.
Bye. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll 1v1 it.
He's all, bye.
1v1 Guardian. Let's go.
Well,
Alright,
you know what the bright side is, though? At least Kudu opened up the door so that you guys aren't stuck in here cowering in fear.
we aren't trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with us. All right, so I'm going to 5 foot back. Hope it doesn't have reach, and I'm going to cast an 8th level spell.
Fancy.
And I am going to cast Holy Aura.
You're
and
hoping that it doesn't have reach.
Well, I'll still cast
Okay.
defensively. But, I mean, I guess I'll roll it.
Wait, it's an 8th level spell.
Well,
That's
you
a pretty high
identified it,
DC.
Father Reinhardt. You think that this thing probably has reach with its, like, these little, like, fibrous tentacle things out to
Yeah.
10 feet. So you should be good.
Okay, then I'll cast Holy Aura, targeting myself and Fingrim.
well,
Uh,
it just radiates from you. It doesn't.
Oh,
Holy
okay.
aura is just it only radiates from you, but it radiates 20 feet out.
Okay, then I'll
So-
have Kudu enveloped in it as well.
No, it targets one
Or-
creature per level. Oh yeah, 20. Let's see, one creature per level and a 20-foot radius centered on you. So, yeah, I think it'll hit
That's
me.
just how many creatures it can.
Yeah, that's how many it affects. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
so it is centered on you.
Yeah, it's centered on me. I think like people can still wander out of the range, and as long as they were in the range when it was cast, they can move out of the area that it was initially cast in and still be affected by it. But I don't
That
think we have to
sounds
worry
correct.
about that right now. So Kudu, myself, and Fingrim are affected by this holy aura.
Nice. I think there's a effect for that I can put on myself too. So, in Hero Lab, spell
I was-
adjustment.
I was hoping to save it for when I summoned a dinosaur so I could have a dinosaur with a...
Okay, so you got Holy Oregon.
But this is a good use for it. Yes, I do.
I was literally going to cast that if I got my turn.
Okay.
But I didn't.
Kudu, you run in a panic.
Yeah, I do.
Perfect time to go to to be like cooking shit, cooking dinner.
Oh, well, my food's done now, and I'm gonna eat it.
All right. Well, perfect time to be eating food then.
Yeah, I'll flee whatever which way. I'll hide down one of these holes.
Okay. You do that, and Drench follows you.
Yeah, Drench is like, what? Where are you going?
Alright, Fingrim.
Fight's
Okay.
that way!
This thing doesn't look that badly hurt, but I wish I still had transformation, but I already used that in that other fight. So
But you are hasted, and you do still have Inspire Courage, so I think you can
Yes.
still do a good amount of damage to it.
yeah, probably. If I was had transformation, having a whole extra attack from iteratives. So
Oh, nice.
I think I'm going to do spell combat, and I think I'm also going to turn on arcane accuracy using another point of arcane pool. And the spell that I'm going to cast is going to be... Have I used my maximize spell yet today? I have not. Okay. I'm going to throw a maximized vampiric touch at this thing and hope that if I manage to hit, I can get through SR.
Cool.
All right. Make sure all my shit's turned on. Looks like we're good. Okay. So first attack. 41, and then I got to roll
That'll
SR
hit.
for the vampiric touch.
Yep.
33.
Nice.
All right.
That'll succeed.
Rolling good on the SR checks. So it's
So-
going to just be a maximized one. So for me, that's 8d6, which is 48, and it's going to get halved because I'm hitting it something that's incorporeal. I think my math's right on that, right?
What was that?
So half of 48's 24 damage from the vampiric touch because it's a maximized. So and I'll get the as temporary hit points.
28
then.
total?
24 after
24.
it gets halved. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, because that's from a corporeal source, so it's only going to do half damage. But the force sword will do full damage, so. So there's 26 damage from the force sword as well. And then,
Okay.
next attack is a 40
Yep, that'll hit.
for 32 damage. Another 40 for 25 damage. And then last attack is a chance for critical if it hits. Which I think that's a hit. So does a 34 back that up?
Yeah.
Okay. So this will be back to that 2d8 plus 28 plus 2d6. 44 more damage. And that's my last attack.
Okay.
Nice.
Turn arcane.
Eric also runs in a panic, but his song continues. It's getting kind of difficult to hear him now, though, as he's rounding corners.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to cast another spell.
All right. I will spellcraft.
30 for my spellcraft.
And if it allows for SR, it needs to beat a 25, or meet or beat a 25.
That's right. Rewarded.
Yeah. It
It's-
doesn't have a terribly high caster level.
Yeah, it's only caster level 12. Sounds like from the durations you were giving us. So.
But you know it's casting Phantasmal Killer.
Oh, okay.
Rude.
Is that the SR check?
Yeah.
Haha.
Fizzles. Haha. Who was even trying to cast it on? Me?
Yeah, probably he's targeting Fingram.
Ha.
It
bad.
also speaks again to you.
How dare you?
And it whispers, well, to everybody. It says, "The Queen of Diamonds has been made a pawn. 3 lies will she offer you."
Ooh. That's the chick who was helping us in the beginning. I think.
Possibly.
Cormac, yep, he keeps going, probably somewhere safe. Father Reinhardt.
All right. It seems like Fingram has got quite the handle on this thing. Instead of casting anything right now, I'm going to just hold my action.
This is like an astral projection or something of it, so it's probably why he doesn't seem too plussed about any of this.
Yeah, so I'm holding my action
Okay.
until after Fingram.
Kudu keeps going. Fingram, it's your turn.
We actually met a boogeyman, I think, in this campaign. He was very friendly.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do arcane accuracy again. I think I shorted myself an attack last time, didn't I? Oh well, whatever. I forgot about the free attack I get from casting a touch spell. Do I want to spell combat this time? I think this time I'm not going to spell combat. I'm just going to hold the I'm going to hold the force sword in 2 hands, give myself a little bit extra damage, and I'm just going to attack him 4
Nice.
times.
Slap, 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 slap,
So
slap.
I'm going to use this protection for arcane accuracy, and here we go.
All right, that'll hit.
So this time it's a little bit more damage. It's 2-handing. Pretty low rolls, but 23 damage.
Okay.
Another 40 for 27 damage.
Okay.
35.
That'll hit.
Alright. I got my bonuses up enough that I don't care what I roll as much.
That's
This is the trick.
the dream.
Oh no.
28 doesn't
28
hit.
probably doesn't hit. Okay. Is it still up after those three good hits though? Probably.
If those are your attacks,
Yeah. So 23, 27, and 28. Pretty low rolls for the damage.
okay.
I guess I'll take my turn now, and if that's all of Fingram's turn.
That is all my turn, unfortunately.
All right. Then I shout at it, like, if you mean to help us, then stop attacking us. Either that or stop speaking in riddles.
Well, it says back to you as you see its like its corporeality is fading even more after Fingram's assault, and it whispers, "Still you fight. Still you refuse the gift." And it begins fading as it actually has been defeated. It's
Oh.
just waiting
Huh.
for its turn to dissipate.
I guess
okay.
I just shout at it, what gift? As it dissipates. But, I mean, I honestly don't expect an answer. It'll have to be a mystery for now, perhaps.
All right. Yeah, eventually it gets to its turn, and the creature fades. It leaves one final cryptic. At the hour of her third death, she will usher in our coming. And it fades.
Okay.
And once it's completely gone, the power to the facility just returns. There's this loud whirring as all the systems reboot.
I ask Flarn what he made of that.
I return when I'm no longer scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of minutes before we can restart the ritual. So, or not a minute, but well, like 1 minute really.
You actually only have a few rounds to keep it going. You guys know that if the ritual is disrupted for more than 10 rounds,
well-
it's an automatic fail.
Well, then
Get back to
me
it, Jeff.
and Reinhard might have to get back to work on our own then.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll do that.
But the other
Right.
things tell you that for a while, well, they ask you to, check yourselves if everything's okay because everything was static for a while.
Huh.
Oh, they couldn't see what was going on. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Everything's under control. And then I look to Reinhard and say we need to finish the ritual or it'll give us some sort of feedback. We don't want to deal with. We need to make
Agreed.
sure that it isn't left incomplete. We'll have to do it without Cormac. Hopefully he'll be back soon. And I'll roll that knowledge arcana check, I guess.
Cormac
Okay.
screaming down the halls. Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I forgot to ask last time. Matt, would I get my well-read bonus that applies whenever I'm dealing something that has like magical or mundane runes when
Yes,
doing this
because
ritual?
this delay
Okay.
does.
All right, so I got a plus 30, so
All right.
I can lead
So
the
actually,
charge if you want.
you'd be better as leading it. Yeah,
Okay, I'll do that.
because mine's only a plus 28.
So that would be 44.
Mine's 32.
Okay.
Father Reinhardt intensely. He works harder. He remembers when he was in school and some of the other people would drop out and he'd have to carry the group.
Yeah, Fingrim remembers the time that he was the one that dropped out of the group.
Hey, sweetie. I love you.
Let's see, where is it? Where's that ritual? Okay, here it is. All right, you guys complete it, and once again, when you deactivated the first one, you feel like you're being watched. The hair on the back of your neck kind of goes up, and there's this. The star soleil begins to hum with a low vibration that peaks to a high-pitched whine before everything silent.
Okay.
Yeah, Father Reinhardt is definitely looking at Fingrim when that sound happens. Like, should we get out of here? But doesn't say anything.
Yeah. I think that it might just be that Salmondor watching.
Yes, I'm doing my best to commit what it said to memory. It seemed like it was familiar with you.
Right. We fought its husk back on Galarian.
Yes, it said the Queen of Diamonds has told us 3 lies, I believe. And that at the hour of her third death, she will usher in their coming. Is it referring to the great old ones, like Zamandor?
I have no idea.
Let's get the others.
If I grab my luck blade.
I'll grab Cormac's greatsword and just kind of like drag it behind me.
All right. Yeah, it's big and heavy.
Yeah.
Oof.
You could technically use it just -4 to all your attacks, alright? For not being proficient.
Yeah,
This-
if I was carrying like my combat Carl loadout, then I'd be able to use it.
Yeah, you could have just prepared bestow up and proficiency, right?
Yeah.
That's what I had that prepared too. But so I could have done that and pulled out the weapon that already was like aberrant bane, but yeah, it was incorporeal, so I was like, well, the force sword is going to be a lot better.
All right.
The force was with you.
What do you guys do once you rendezvous again?
I informed them what happened, of our success.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize to them for not being able to get rid of their fear.
I'm not scared. What are you talking about?
If she allows me, I pat her on the shoulder. You are strong of will. Of course not. You were making a tactical retreat. You knew that we
Cormac
had it
just
handled.
was pissed.
Right.
We can move on now to the final of the three Stele. However, it might make sense to regroup back at the library first.
Agreed.
Do we want to do that? Like, that thing's still out there.
Are you referring to the Shoggoth?
Yeah.
Right.
Well-
I can teleport us back directly into the library, though.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, yeah.
Unless you
Oh,
wanted to
so-
fight it.
I also have word of recall that we can use that goes directly back
Okay,
there.
yeah. That's probably safer,
Oh.
too.
And
What's it-
smarter, because your teleport we can use to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas
I
this is just
only have
set
one
for that
left
place.
because I prepared two of them. But yeah.
All
Were
right.
there any areas of this place that we have not yet explored that we would like to further explore? Any items that could be of use?
I mean, I already looked at the rest of the laboratory. Didn't see anything interesting, but it's possible that I missed things.
All right. I'll inquire those who are watching through our eyes as well. And I'll ask the aliens, the elder things, if there are any other areas of the laboratory that we have missed or need to go to.
They tell you as long as the mutate is destroyed, then you're that
We go-
they'll take care of any other bits of research that are left behind there.
All right. Let us go back to the library then. I say that after relaying what the elder thing said.
All right.
All right.
Cormac will cast word of recall.
Okay. You guys go back.
Hmm.
Woo!
Oh no, the
guys,
Shoggoth!
we're back.
Farn
Yep.
and flower.
Oh, now that you guys are back, what do you do?
Well, I think we're probably gonna rest here, but there are a few things we could do. I can now that we're here in person, we can show them the the weird box and see if they can figure out how to open it. I guess they already tried giving us some combos, but maybe if they actually see it in person, maybe they can figure something else out. So I'll pull that thing out and ask them, like, what do you make of this?
They look at it, and Flarv tells you, this is one of the researchers' alien catalog boxes.
Oh,
Yes, things taken from, who is that, Grim? There you go, welcome back. He elaborates and tells you, yes, a catalog box. Things taken from off-worlders to be studied later. No intrinsic value to us. Keep it as sundries for your quest.
how do we open it though? Like, is it just we'd have to know the combination?
Correct. And he gives you a very quick, simple, like, mathematical calculation that there's, like, this many combinations for a 5-digit sequence in their number length.
All right, I start drawing up a couple matrices.
Would it be possible just to cut it open without damaging the contents inside?
A brutal yet effective method.
I suppose that may be what we have to do.
I wish I
Unless,
had that adamantine dagger right now, but
yeah, just stab the box.
yeah, I don't actually have one.
Let's see. That's a lot of different permutations. So, yeah, that might be the best course of action.
Yeah, I
Just-
mean, we also might meet someone who knows the combo, I suppose, but probably it's just they're like, you should use disable device with your rogue. We're like,
that you
"Nah,
obviously have.
thanks. I've gotten a lot of mileage out of having a rogue.
Well, we can bust it, and then later on, myself or somebody can, use mending or make whole to repair the damage to the actual box itself. Can I appraise it to see how much it's worth or
The
what it's made
box?
of? Yeah.
Sure. You're sure that it's valuable, but you're not sure on an exact amount. Because this metal is it's not like adamantine or anything like that, or even mithril. It's just like, yeah, it's a chrome metal alloy that's kind of rare, at least on Galarian.
Right. Okay. Well then,
The
I'll
box is
ask-
probably worth a few hundred gold pieces.
Okay. I guess I'll just make sure to prepare a make whole the next day, and I tell whoever has the means, if you break open this box, I can repair it.
Yeah, I mean, the best I can do is smash it with my
With that-
sword, but
Shall we do that then?
yeah, I'll spend some time doing that and see if that's something I.
It does
Can
sound
do.
like there's things in there.
But like, that's the other thing too. Is part of why I would rather have done it with an adamantine is that I can be more like precise with it. I feel like,
Uh-huh.
because yeah, I don't want to break the stuff that's inside of it either, and like that might be something that could happen if I smash it with the Archon sword.
Is there
Yeah,
any
like with a little shaking, like you do here, like there's quite a bit of like loose clinking.
Yeah,
Like it feels like there's a lot of like small things, possibly coins and stuff like that. But then there's like one like bigger thing that you hear like that thunks around in.
is there any way to try to carefully break it open so that it
You can give me a strength check to just basically
no.
break it
Well,
open.
I'll do that. Only instead of doing a strength check, I'm going to do an intelligence check because I'm going to use prehensile hair.
nice. Use your
My-
beard to rip it open.
Yeah, because my beard's stronger than my arms. As silly
All
as
right.
it might seem.
All right. Then I'll
Brr,
dang it.
that's a really bad roll.
Darn. I can keep on trying.
I mean, I still have like 15 minutes of prehensile hair. I haven't used it very much today. I'll give it another shot. That's not very good.
Nope.
I'll try to assist.
How long would it take for a take 20?
20
Like,
minutes,
how many?
right?
Well, I mean, it depends
It would
on how.
actually take like closer to 20 rounds.
Okay, so like 2 minutes. Okay,
A
I'll do
few
that.
minutes.
I'll use 2 minutes of prehensile hair and just take 20 on it.
Oh yeah.
With
I'm
a
getting-
27, you do eventually break open the box.
Okay.
You break the lock, and it opens.
All right. What do we find inside? I'll cast detect magic as well. Keep concentrated on that too.
Inside you see the sources of all the clinking and jingling.
All right.
There is 5,769 gold pieces in the shape of small pentagons.
Okay, I didn't get that number, but
It was
5,700.
5,769.
Except they're pentagon-shaped coins. All right.
Yeah. Okay. There's a block of transparent crystal, and it's got these like etchings on the inside of it that make this three-dimensional like image inside of it.
Huh.
There is a ring,
Okay.
a like thin sheet of copper paper that, well, not a paper, but a thin sheet of copper, like the metal, but it's been stamped with writings and magical glyphs, so you think it's a scroll. And the big thing, might actually be familiar to you guys.
Oh,
You see
it's a sister.
this
No. Okay.
this metal rod that is very thick, and it has a flanged ball at one end and 6 stud-like buttons along its length.
Hey, it's a rod of lordly might. I'll hand that to Cormac.
Oh,
Oh,
it made
shit.
it! It made it! Maybe this is the one that's actually in the dream world. And this is the real one.
Or the one that this is the real one, the one in Dream Worlds.
The rod does have like a little thing attached to it, though.
Mm-hmm. Does it say it's defective?
No, it just says cursed in all caps.
It has a tag that is it's written in Aklo.
All right. I'll be looking in that direction, but
I remember, I
I'll
think
wait
it has a
until someone
command
presents
word.
it.
Yeah, I don't actually read
Might be.
But
Aklo.
if you read Aklo and read the tag, it says Alien Artifact Catalog number 892. Caution with Node 4.
I don't remember which one Node 4 was on that.
I will. I guess I'll inform everyone as to what it says.
What was Node 4?
I'll ask if I can inspect the copper scroll.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna try to figure out if the ring's magic. Is the ring magical, or is it just like a
Oh
valuable
yes,
item?
the ring is magical,
I'll try to do a spellcraft check on that thing then.
and that little box with the 3D image in it is also magical.
Oh, okay.
Node
one that
4
I
is the ladder button.
Wrote is. Wait, which one's button 4?
Button 4 is push a spike that can anchor into stone as it sheared from a ball, while the other 3 sprouts.
Oh, it's the strength check one, right?
Yeah, it's basically a ladder, I think. Let me see. Yeah, rod's length up to
Yeah, and you can
5
also
to
use
50
it
feet.
for the strength check to like force open doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns into a +4 battle axe. I just looked it up.
+4 battle axe.
Damn.
+3 battle axe, +3 short spear, or +3 long spear.
I
Or
can use hold person.
or a +1 flaming
fear.
longsword.
That's
no, you
good.
just need read magic, Drew.
Okay, then I will use read magic on the copper scroll.
Okay. It's a scroll of telepathic bond.
Ooh, neat. All right.
Okay, this is the spellcraft for the ring, and this is one for the puzzle box.
So 43 and 32.
Cormac, even though he like feels nostalgic with this thing, he hands it to Father.
I guess Father Reinhardt, he'll look at you handing it to him and be like, "What?"
You can use this more. I have my sword.
Oh, this
It's
This thing?
it's very useful. It can take many different weapon forms and has a number of different magical abilities.
It says
Even
be careful.
Yeah, he Cormac will go into length to explain what it is and where he knows it from, but he says number 4 just it's one of the it gets bigger, so that's probably what it means by be careful with number 4.
Oh, well, I mean, this is a very valuable item. If you trust me with it, then I'll take it.
So
He nods.
the ring, Fingram, you identify as a ring of spells.
Spell storing?
Yep. It can hold up to 5 levels worth of spells stored
Okay.
in it.
Those
And it currently has Airwalk and Mage Armor.
okay. It's pretty useful.
The box is something similar. It's called a spell lattice. This item, when wielded by a spontaneous spellcaster who has the spell self-contained within it on their class spell list, can use their spell slots to cast that spell as if it were one of their spells. And when an Arcanist holds it, as long as the contained spells on their class spell list, they can use their spell slots to cast the spell as if it was one of their currently prepared spells.
It's a spell lattice. What level of spell lattice?
This one's 4th level because it currently has Dimension Door in it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we have any spontaneous spellcasters in this party.
No sorcerers, no oracles. Does Kudu count as one? Because she can
Nope.
use her abilities. No? Okay.
Yeah, well, it's a valuable item, so nothing else. But
Yeah, it would basically give like a sorcerer or something like access to Dimension.
if for some reason your sorcerer did not have Dimension Door
Yeah.
at this level, yeah. I feel like that's one of those ones that most sorcerers would probably take. It'd be nice on an Arcanist, though, because then you could just not prepare it and just use the spell lattice to cast it.
However, a spellcaster who does use a spellbook or a formula can copy the spell from the lattice as if it were a scroll.
Yeah, but I already had Dimension Door, but yeah. It's cool. It's a really cool item. It's just our party can't really use it as much. But this Ring of Spell Storing is really good. I can't remember what spells you said were already on it, but
Airwalk and Mage Armor.
yeah.
So that scroll of telepathic bond, is it higher than the normal caster level?
What do you mean?
I mean, it's a 5th level sorcerer wizard spell. So I was just wondering if it was like heightened or anything
No,
like that.
It's that.
Gotcha. Caster level 9.
Okay, well, if somebody wants this Ring of Spell Storing, I think it'd be good on anybody
I'll
that
store
could do
my
really.
cantrips.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody has like an open ring slot, whenever those spells get used, we can plop in like a dispel magic and something else. Oh no, I'm thinking
Well,
counterspell.
Spell Storing is probably not the best to put like a dispel magic in because it only casts the spell at the minimum. Like it's like casting from a scroll or a wand.
Right. I was getting it confused with the ring of counterspelling.
Oh, okay. So yeah, these like Airwalks is one of those spells that's pretty good to have on it because then if you end up needing Airwalk, you can cast it. But I mean, normally it'd be a good spell at least to put on it. This party it doesn't help as much.
Yeah, some cure spells would also be good too.
Yeah, that can work pretty decent. I feel like the best thing to put on it are like things like remove fear.
Yeah, unless you're yeah.
Like the best thing to put on are things that don't care about the caster level it casts it at. And ideally you want to fit like fairly low level because it can only add up to 5. Which I think what is Airwalk? Is that a level 3 spell?
That's a 4th spell. It's a 4th level spell.
Okay, so yeah. So it's full right now. We'd have to use up stuff on it, but I don't know. Let me know if somebody wants it. Otherwise, it's probably just gonna sit in my inventory, not doing anything.
What spells does it have in it right now?
Right now, it has Airwalk and Mage Armor, but I mean, you can put new spells on it pretty easily. Like if you wanted it and wanted to get rid of Mage Armor because it doesn't do anything for you, I think you could just cast it and put a new spell in.
I think Cormac will take it then.
Okay.
It was an extra ring slot.
Yeah, Airwalk's not too bad on there because it gives you an option if you need to. It's pseudo flight, or you can just cast it and put different spells in it entirely. But Airwalk.
Another one that would be good is bestow weapon proficiency. Is that a 4th or a 3rd?
That's a 3rd level spell, so you wouldn't be able to put it on there with Airwalk. But yeah, if you clear out the spells and then put new stuff in there, you could do something like bestow up proficiency, and then like you'd have 2 spell levels to work with still. I don't know. I mean, there's some cool stuff you could do with it, but like I said, it casts it as a wand basically. So the best things to put on it are probably like self buffs or other things like that don't care about caster level as much.
Okay.
And if you want, I mean, the other thing too is you can have like you can put like I could cast a spell on it, and then even if you're the one wearing the ring, you would be able to cast the spell then from the ring.
Yeah.
So some other silly things that I could do is I could cast like shield onto that spell, onto the spell storing ring for you. And then you would be able to cast shield.
Shield.
I think you might even be able to do quicken shield because that would be 5th level.
Yeah, theoretically I could put a quicken spell, I think, onto it. Doesn't say anything about not allowing metamagic spells.
Yeah.
Is it? It's up to 5th level spells, though. That's 5 levels of slot.
It's five spell levels combined. So if you put a single 5th level spell, or you could put like a 4th level on a 1st level spell, or you could put like 3 1st level spells, or 5 1st level spells rather. Like you could, yeah, as long as it doesn't surpass 5.
Okay.
All right, cool. So I'll take it off my sheet then, and you'll have it. Let me know if you want me to cast something onto it as well. Like I have some available spells I can cast.
All right.
Like if you want to do something like put the shield spell on there, whatever. True Strike, I guess you can already cast True Strike, but so in that case, I guess you'd be able to put it on.
What I might do is put some more quicken spells on it.
Well, you'd only be able to put one quicken spell on it.
One quicken, but that's still like better than having it in a slot. But I actually have a couple quickens still prepared.
Did we identify the puzzle box?
Yes, that's a spell lattice. So it doesn't really help us very much because it's mostly for spontaneous casters. So what it does is it makes it so a spontaneous caster that doesn't know Dimension Door would be able to cast Dimension Door as if they
Oh,
knew it.
that's right. It's that thing. Gotcha. Well, whenever we shop, we should sell that thing, and whatever it's worth, we should give to Kudu, because there wasn't anything in this little hoard for her.
If we do find a shop, we have a lot of stuff. That's
A
Doesn't
lot
Kudu
of-
use spears? She could use the Rod of Lordly Might.
She's used spears before, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if she...
Been a long time, but yeah, I remember she had like a returning short spear that she threw at something, I think, or maybe it was a returning dagger. I don't remember. I do remember using a spear at one point as well, but it's been ages of Empire since I've seen that. But since I've seen that, but
Well, if at any point, Kudu, you want that Lordly Might thing, you can use it.
No.
All right, then I
would have
guess
to
we'll
hold
move
it.
on.
I need my hands to be empty.
that's true. Yeah. To gather power, you need both hands free.
Yeah.
To Kamehameha. Unless you're Gohan. All right.
Okay, but yeah, I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna stay here before we move on. Like, try to move on.
Okay.
Yeah. I asked Farn and Flarv, did you have any more incidents with the Shoggoth? Is it still around the archive?
That's a good question. Like, did the
They tell you that it does come back every now and then, but the frequency of its returns are increasing by a slight amount. As it doesn't seem interested in trying to get in, they think that as long as the doors remain closed, it will eventually lose interest.
Well, I have a question for you two. What do you plan to do now that we've awakened you and eliminated the mutate threat?
Well, with great effort, we will try to catalog what research and information remains within the city. Yes, it is much safer now that the mutate is destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that we have done this favor for you, is there any more information that we should be privy to that you may have perhaps been withholding before, for fear of our frail bodies and minds?
They ask if to be more specific. They can't answer a question that they don't know.
True, I suppose. I guess there's nothing specific. I was just curious because you seemed awfully reticent to give us that information about the mutate.
They say that we believe it was a mutual understanding that it was a dangerous subject.
Mm-hmm.
The consequences of its escape would have been dire.
True. Very true. Well, you said that you encountered a brief period of static while we were at the Star Stele location.
Yes.
I look to Fingram and ask him out loud, should we tell them what we saw now that we are no longer in peril?
Bingham shrugs. He says it was some sort of manifestation of Zamindor, a creature that we encountered back on Galarian. Or at least another extension of it.
So that wasn't real. Ugh.
Well, it was sort of real, but it seemed like it was sort of like maybe an astral projection or something akin to it.
Hmm.
It told us to beware the Queen of Diamonds, as she has told us 3 lies, and I believe, that Queen Casilda is to whom they are referencing, as she has referred to herself as such.
The Diamond Queen?
Yes, correct. Am I misremembering that?
I don't remember.
I'll write down the things that you heard.
Okay, thank you. I was doing my best to write them down. Because I know there was the thing about the Queen of Diamonds, and her telling us 3 lies, and there was the thing about the creature. Hang on. The hour of her 3rd death, she will usher in our coming.
I think I know what I'm going to store in that ring. Breath of life.
Oh, that's always good to keep in the pocket, yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like Farn and Flarv are going to know anything about this.
Well, maybe Father Reinhardt's just getting a perverse pleasure of asking them questions that they don't know the
They
answer
don't know
to.
the answer to, yeah. He just wants to see them squirm.
Since he does have a bit of pride in being knowledgeable about many things. I definitely pooped all over that during their first interaction.
Do they want the weird thing that let them like telepathically communicate with us back? Is that something they want? Because I'll give it back if they want it.
They'll take it
that's
back,
right.
yeah. They say that they won't function out to a certain radius.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
Hmm.
figured. Anyway, but and also it might be something like more travelers come through and they end up working with them or something. They might be like, "Dang it, those other adventurers stole our telepathic bond chest or whatever." I don't know, whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll take it back and they'll store it.
Are those all the cryptic messages?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Taking a screen cap so I can put those down in my notes later.
You don't want to just copy and paste?
Oh, well, I mean, I use my phone for pretty much all of my, like, notes and character stuff. It's much easier than to work on in the dead of night than having a laptop. But yes, sacrilege. All right. Thank you, Matt, for writing all that out. Father Reinhardt will ruminate on that and ask the party when we're out of earshot of these aliens later on. But it seems like we've dealt with everything relatively quickly. I mean, we've only been adventuring for like 3 hours or something like that. Because that's how long the freedom of movement was going to last for.
Right, but I mean, still, there were 2 pretty tough fights, and
Yeah. Out of character, I'm like itching to fight that Shoggoth. Like, I'd rather fight it.
Do you want to go get the experience for it?
Oh, man.
I don't know. I don't want to put everyone else in danger. If it attacks us, it attacks us. But I'm not going to go looking for trouble.
And I don't know about you, but I used a lot of resources.
That's true.
Like, I'm down to how many points? 3 points on my arcane pool out of 15. I used all my
Yeah.
level spell slots.
Yeah, it's probably best to wait till everyone's at peak performance.
Granted, I only have 2 level 6 slots. I mean, but I used them both in the fight against the mutate.
Yeah. Well, I guess since we have some free time, I can just do some scribing with a scroll.
Sure.
But
Do that.
but if anyone has any other ideas that would require either my help or the group's, I'm open to it.
Hmm. Hmm.
No, I'm good.
Good time if I had like divination spells or something, but nah, don't really have any.
Oh,
of
yeah,
those.
that's true. Yeah, I have a couple of divination spells. Like if we're looking for anything in particular,
No, I don't. But I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like if you just have downtime like this, like it's good.
Could be
Good to use
divining.
stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, scrolls are something that's possibly like
Well,
very likely more useful, like at least more obviously useful too. So I don't
yeah.
actually know. Like I don't have anything specific I want to divine. I'm just like if I was bored, I'd like
If
hey,
anyone's lost their house keys, like in the past, I can use my 8th level discern location to try and find them.
perfect.
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, that's what I'll do. I'll just kind of kick back, do the math for what I got to spend and how much time it's going to take, and I'll be out of everyone's hair.
I do have a really powerful divination spell called Glimpse of Truth.
That sounds cool.
It's true scene for 1 round.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's 5th level spell though, so it's lower level than true scene. But in 1 round, the thing that it's actually not too bad on Magus, just because like 1 round with spell combat, like sometimes that's all you need. I haven't really cast it very much though. Like I don't know. It also has a 50 gold material component, so. But yeah, I think we're planning. You can do some scroll scribing, I guess, and
Okay. I'll sketch and stuff in the meantime.
yeah, we'll just hang out,
All right.
get a
Let's
chance
hang
to
out with the slugs. How you doing?
hang
How
out with
was
the
your
space
rest?
slugs.
How's it going, slugs?
Do you ever party much before you know?
Staying away from the alcohol?
Speaking of, do you have any?
Got some of that good alien double moonshine.
Oh goodness.
Double moonshine.
Yeah, I got 2 moons, twice the moons, twice the moonshine.
This is 200% proof alcohol. Yeah.
You look at it and your eyes catch on fire.
Yeah, they'll talk with you guys, although they're not like avid conversationalists,
No?
but they will talk with you. They answer everything like as concisely as possible. So they don't drag out conversations.
Hmm.
It'll be kind of up to you guys to keep it going, otherwise
Yeah,
they do things while they talk.
Like Reinhardt asks them like a paragraph long question, and their answer's like 2 words.
Yeah, if they can.
And then he's like, okay,
That or simply just elaborate.
do not compute.
But they do go over like certain archives and stuff like that as they double and triple check information on this? But yeah, you guys can consider yourself rested, and
Boys,
after
alrighty.
8 hours, you figure out what you want to do.
Yes.
All right.
Uh, before we rest, though, I would store one more energy into my buffer. I am now full buffer. Yay! Back to
Okay.
normal.
And yeah,
Cormac will empty the spell ring and put Breath of Life in it.
Okay. You do that.
and during our downtime, before we're actually rested, since I still have a discern location to cast, I'm going to tell everyone that I'm going to cast the ritual to try and discern the location of the third star stele, like see if I can find out where exactly it is in Paris. If the spell will allow me to do that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll spend 10 minutes doing that.
It might just tell you it's in Paris.
Duh! But where's Paris exactly? Does anybody know?
I imagine discern location is similar to like looking at Google Maps at a specific point and then slowly scrolling out.
Okay, so you get a name, and it gives you a weird alien name.
All right.
You'd be like the Eiffel Tower. Like, damn, that is a weird name.
Who names
Well,
a tower?
what you get is it sounds something like the Awful Tower.
Oh yeah, okay. It is. Who the hell named something Eiffel Tower?
He
Jeez.
he's like, oh, after decaying body parts, sounds like some sort of morbid tower.
The Awful Tower. I like that. We should just call it that. You're like asking.
All right.
You ask like ask Eric's on like, hey, what's this awful tower that we're hearing about?
Yeah. I guess that's true. Good point. I'll go talk to Eric Zahn and ask him if he knows the location of an awful tower in Paris. See if
He's confused when you talk to him about it, and he writes back to you. What are you talking about?
I tell him the awful tower. That's what Pharasma has gleaned onto my mind. That is the location of the third star stele. The awful tower.
He shakes. He rubs his chin for a moment, and he writes back. It looks like the thing in the lab, right?
Yes.
And in the vineyards.
Yes.
He nods and says, he nods and writes back, yes, I I think I know what you're talking about.
Ah, excellent. Then, if you would be able to lead us there, or at least tell me where it is in Paris, we would be very much obliged. How long do you intend to stay with our group?
He writes back, please take me home first.
Oh, absolutely. Of course. Your home is where we are going. That is our goal, our destination.
And he writes back, I'll show you where.
Thank you. Then he takes my hand and we go on a magic carpet ride. All right. I guess that's all I have to ask him. How much time am I able to put into scribing? Well, I guess I can only do 1 day's worth maximum.
Yeah.
So it's going to take me 2 days to make that scroll. But can I put down like 1 day's worth of progress?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, I mean, after you guys are rested, what do you do?
Preparing spells at the moment.
Likewise.
Waiting
yeah,
patiently for my allies.
I think we'll probably try to like the mutate hasn't been showing up as often. Right? Like there's
The Shoggoth?
The Shoggoth rather, not the
Yeah.
mutate, yeah. So we'll probably just leave during a time when we don't see it around and just hope that we don't run into it on our way out.
I suppose that is all we can hope for.
So you're gonna leave by like going out the front door?
I think so, unless somebody has a better idea. I mean, I could dimension Doris part of the way too, but like towards the we have a map of the city, so I could like dimension Doris in the direction we're supposed to be going and cover some ground that way.
Sure.
We
I don't know if that's necessary or not.
We could go out the front door, and if the creature makes its appearance, we can decide whether or not we want to like teleport as a group away from it, or just keep going.
If we just stick close to each other, then
does it have stealthing mechanics? Will it sneak up on us?
I mean, it could, but yeah. Hopefully, we'd be able to see it in time, I guess.
Okay. I don't know. You guys make the thing sound very scary, so I'm not sure I want to encounter
it. I mean, we've fought something like it before back in the Mysterium. And this one's a grown-up version.
Yeah.
$23.50.
All right. So is that going out the front door or dimension dooring?
Yeah, we're gonna go out the front door, and I'm gonna be ready to dimension door if I have to.
Okay. Then Pluto, why don't you go ahead and roll me a D100? Higher is better for you.
Okay.
Well, at least you know. Ooh.
Okay. You guys step out into the cold, snowing city. There doesn't seem to be the Shoggoth in sight, but visibility is low. It's not blizzarding, but it is snowing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just walk our way towards Paris.
We have our Ender elements on?
Yeah, I can use the wand to bop everybody with that. It'll
last for 24 hours, even from a wand, so...
Okay.
Alright. It's gonna take you a couple hours to get out of the city. I need 2 more. Well, give me one D100. Somebody.
I'll do it. Or unless Father is, I see him typing. I will hold off on clicking this button.
Higher is better.
You can do it. I was just gonna type that I was putting freedom of movement on 2 people as we go through the city,
Okay.
since I'm
It's
basically packing
still
the city
relatively
spells.
quiet. It seems all but abandoned once more. All right, and someone else give me one more percentage roll.
All right. Bwap, bwap.
Yep, that one's pretty low.
Cormac, were you going to cast freedom of movement on people as we move throughout the city too?
That lasts a while, right? We
Yeah,
expect
cast
at
on
least
there,
something.
on the
It lasts for
rest.
2.5 hours.
I'd do it, yeah.
Yeah, he prepares the 3 and casts it on each one of us. The rest.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll have the luck blade out. For moving through the city.
See. What are all these macro queries? Go away.
Okay, just a minute.
No worries.
Why do I still have a skull on me?
Because you're super edgy.
I am edgy. I am the edge lord.
You're the emo cat.
No, not emo.
Sorry, edge cat.
Yes.
There's 6 in our group, right? Counting Erickson and Dre.
Yeah, if you count Drench as a whole being, absolutely.
I does. Just want to make sure I know how many endure element charges I'm using.
Ah.
Oh yeah, Fingram, you're getting Sacred Bond again, extended.
Okay. Yeah, the only buff I'm gonna have active is gonna be heroism.
And I think I'll also put communal resist energy cold on everyone, since we're out here in the coldness. Just don't want anybody getting frostbite, just in case it gets
Yeah.
uber cold.
Well, during the blizzard, it does drop below what endure elements can protect you from. But right now, it's not a blizzard; it's just snowing.
Gotcha. So yeah, we'll have resist energy cold. And I'll extend that one too.
Where are we right now?
You guys are walking through the city still, but I'm whatchamacallit, I had to do some rolls and stuff,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
setting
Dang.
something up.
I should have been using this. I just realized for some reason I misunderstood what Counter-Strike does for like forever. Apparently, so Counter-Strike says whenever an enemy within reach successfully casts a spell defensively, they provoke an attack opportunity after the spell is complete. So I technically should have been taking attack opportunities against that that ghost thing.
Rip.
Yeah, whoops.
What was that?
Oh, I was actually looking at what Counter Strike does, and I'm like, I should have been taking attack opportunities after he was casting defensively. Like, I wouldn't have been able to interrupt the spell or anything, but I
But you
get
still
attack
get to
opportunities
attack. Yeah.
when they
Oh, okay, that's
successfully
cool.
cast the
That's
spell.
nice.
I thought for some reason I thought it was the other way around. I thought you only got it if they failed it.
Yeah, like if a target's trying to like dim door away and they're almost dead, you could totally like be like, nope.
Yeah, they'd still. The funny thing though is they'd still finish casting the spell. It hits them after they teleport away.
Oh, then he can just
I don't
bleed
even know-
wherever
I
he's
don't-
going.
Yeah, I don't know if it actually even would hit them at that point because you get the attack opportunity after the spell is completed, but they're not in range to be hit at that point. So I don't think you actually get it in that specific case. But if they cast, like when he cast that fear, I actually should have been able to just take an attack opportunity.
yeah.
I know better now that I can do that, but now I'm like reading the ability again. This is like it's a level 16 Magus ability, so I don't know if I've ever actually used this ability before. I don't know if I've ever had a level 16 Magus. I think before this character, the highest I ever got on Magus was like 12 or something.
All right.
Anyway,
Go ahead and everybody give me a perception check. The snow does impose a -4 penalty on this.
do you want me to put that in there, or are you just gonna factor that into the DC?
Not burning.
You don't have to add it in.
This is just my regular perception roll with the only modifier being my
Oh.
heroism.
Oh my.
Yay!
You're used to looking for things in snowstorms, eh?
Yep. Ustalov does suffer its fair share of cold weather.
True.
Wait, where's the bouton? There it is. God, I have too many of these stupid things. I need to remove some.
Plus, Reinhardt knows that obscured vision, like weather, is like prime territory for like any predatory creatures to be out hunting.
Also, for being attacked by unusual stonework, I have a +2 bonus.
The rocks begin to shake.
Yeah.
Hey, Micah, now I'm like Grim. I'm breaking 50 on my perceptions.
Grim was breaking like 65.
Jesus. Alright,
His
fine.
stealth was like 70 something in his favorite terrain.
Oh man. Was it a ranger? Yeah.
Yeah. He was able to go invisible. He at the end of the campaign, like that was at the end of the campaign, he became like a half John, so he was able to go ethereal, and then his stealth was like bonkers.
Oh man.
Like he couldn't even be like sensed.
Yeah, we got some really cool end game stuff.
The only thing he couldn't see was the danger of rushing into like 12 shadows.
Yeah, that was a very crazy plan. Didn't really work out very well.
Oh man, I once made an investigator for like a one-shot thing that was supposed to be like really good at knowledges and perceptions because I knew we were going to face some puzzles, but the person who was running it did not do it so that you could just roll. You had to actually say specifically where you were looking. So it was just like, well, this is now useless.
Yeah.
But it was still fun.
Alright, so I think it's only Father Reinhardt who sees this, but you guys don't find the Shogun.
Okay.
Instead, you find something else, because it is also found you.
Oh. We have found each other finally, at last.
Yes.
Heathcliff!
And Father Reinhardt, you said that what are the spells you have on you that are constant?
I have constant sea invisibility and constant dark vision.
Okay.
And let me just, yeah, dark vision and sea invisibility.
I can cast see invisibility, but I don't have it running right now.
So what you see, at the edge of your vision in this snow, which is like 30 feet in front of you,
Uh-huh.
you see something really long wrapped around one of these buildings, and you know it's invisible.
Oh. Oh my.
It has like an insectoid appearance because you see it's like it has a long segmented body with lots of legs. It almost looks like a gargantuan centipede.
Oh man. Am I able to identify it?
They'll be friendly.
Not at the moment. It is
Alright.
invisible, so although you can see that it's there and invisible, you don't have a good enough amount of information to tell you what it is.
Okay. So what are my options as far as like how many actions are we
Oh,
counting
you're
this
gonna
as
get a surprise round.
Okay.
Let me scroll out here. Oh, this place again. It's this map again, I guess.
Yeah, this is my city map, kinda.
Cool.
Nothing like my desert encounter
So go
map.
ahead and give me initiatives here. No one else knows why you're going into initiatives. Only Father Reinhardt here.
Just walking along here, no big deal. Da, 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 da.
Oh yeah.
Is that my... No, it's not. Let me change it. There we go.
Okay, Father Reinhardt, what do you do?
Alright, well I can't identify what this creature is.
But you do think it's looking at you.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Well first I'll, point in its general location and, alert everyone to its presence as best I can, saying there's an invisible, I think, giant centipede right there, hugging the tower. It looks like doom. Uh, damn it. I can't pull out my glitter dust wand and cast it. I just have a
Surprise
standard.
round, no.
Oh boy.
You can pull it out and then cast it next turn.
Yeah, I guess what I'll do is I'll just pull out the glitter dust wand just in case, this thing hasn't moved yet. So I'll pull it out just in case.
Okay.
And I'll tell everyone to beware!
Okay. Let me just figure out where to put the combat tracker. Yeah. What's going on? Somebody's disconnecting?
No, I don't think so.
Roll 20 was shifting names, so it was confusing. Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I guess someone did disconnect. That was grim. Welcome back. Man, this is like so annoying to draw.
It's well, you can drag them to snap to grid.
A
So once you
60-foot
make
radius.
the circle, you can just drag and snap to grid to shape it. In case you didn't know that.
As a GM, you can also resize the circle by like selecting it.
Yeah.
It makes the lines have like random thicknesses, but yeah.
Gosh, a 60-foot radius is freaking huge.
Yeah. Like that is still isn't even it. Gotta have a 120-foot diameter. I think that's gonna be the whole map, right?
I feel like it's the whole damn map.
It is the whole damn map, yeah. I mean, you maybe not the corners, but yeah, the whole map is 120 feet across, so it's gonna be you just make a circle from, like literally from the whole covering the whole map.
Basically, this is it.
Yep, that is exactly it.
Okay, so Father Reinhardt, you see this thing casting a spell. Its insect-like mandibles are moving and chittering, but you don't hear any kind of like incantations or something. But with it snowing, the light level here is already pretty low. But now it dips into a supernatural darkness.
All right.
Uh-oh.
The lights go out.
Uh-oh.
Now it's round. Father Reinhardt, I will allow you to Actually, no, you're good.
Nope, you can
what do you
do
do, Father Reinhardt?
Well, I don't know if it moved at all since its last turn.
Yep, you don't know.
So I guess I'll just keep the wand of glitter dust in hand. I don't have any spells that bring things to light, so I'll call out like, Cormac, do you have a daylight spell?
He always does.
All right, I tell him, all right, you cast it, and when you do, I'll try to illuminate the creature with my wand. And he's going to hold action. I guess.
Okay, Kudu, what do you and Drench do? It has suddenly become just pitch black night and cold.
Yeah.
And you know that Father Reinhardt was like flailing for a little bit, like, oh no, look out, and then bam. Dark.
Okay. Well, one thing that I can do is I begin casting to summon.
Okay.
And I'll just summon something I can see in the dark. It's fine.
Alright, you are summoning.
Yeah.
On its turn. Sorry, Fingerroom.
Yeah. It's all good.
Oh, I guess I could have cast you. Dang it.
All right. Yeah, that's a lot. All right. Father Reinhardt.
All right,
Some bad stuff is going to happen.
that's fine.
Oh, wow. It misses.
Awesome. Pharasma is on my side.
But you feel something. Yeah. You feel something come, like, very close to you. And it's like you feel something tangible, but it's like a very cold, this bone-chilling mist that brushes against you as you kind of like, I guess, instinctively take just enough of a step back before you feel it.
Oh,
Yeah, since it attacked, that's its turn. Finger, what's your turn?
I'll delay till after Cormac.
Okay, Cormac.
He is going to cast a Quicken Shield of Faith and then cast Daylight. Do you hear that?
I hear you.
Again, Daylight.
Quicken Shield of Faith and then cast Daylight.
Okay.
And that will
Daylight.
be your turn.
nighttime, daylight, nighttime, daylight.
Hopefully it's not
Well,
like
it's
a
not-
heightened deeper darkness.
Oh yeah, does it work?
Yeah.
If it's just regular deeper darkness, it should, because those spells they just dispel each other.
Cancel each other
They
out.
counter and dispel each other.
Okay.
However, if it's higher
Then you
level,
do dispel the darkness.
hooray! It's probably still invisible. Well, maybe
But
not.
it
I
is
don't know.
still no, it attacked. And you guys can see it now.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't sure. It could have been like greater invisibility or true invisibility or something like that.
Hmm.
Oof. All right then.
Big wormy worm.
Yep. This immense worm is covered with plates of dead black chitinous armor, and its
Oh.
toothy maw yawns like a cave.
All right. Cormac still has a move action too if he wants to use it.
So it's not dark anymore.
Nope.
It's not dark, but it is still snowing, so your visibility is halved.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't move my guy for some reason.
Because you're on arrow mode, maybe?
I'll move to there. Nah, it was just
Or it's
delayed.
laggy.
Okay. Eric is
Oh,
going to.
I'm gonna go now. I delayed till after Cormac.
Oh, okay.
So I want to make a
And so
knowledge
did
check on
Father.
this thing if I can. Would this be? What would this be?
Oh, sorry. By the way, the ground is snowy and stuff, so it is difficult to.
That's all right. I have overland flight up, so I'm just floating above the ground a little bit.
But yeah, go ahead and give me a knowledge. I think this is knowledge nature. Or no, knowledge religion.
Knowledge religion. Okay, I have that. I'm not very good at it, but I'll try it. Yeah, I don't know what this is. All right. Good shit. All right. In that case, I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast shield, and I'm going to fly. Yeah, I'm going to cast shield, and I'm going to fly. Wow, am I hitting like dynamic lighting or something? Okay, there we go. That's letting me move. I'm gonna 5-foot fly like a little bit closer to it, and defensively cast shield,
Okay.
and that'll be my turn.
All right.
I don't think this is spell combat technically, so I can do it defensively.
Eric will throw up a. Let's see. He'll defensively cast haste on everybody and throw up an Inspire Courage.
Cool. It's always a golden thing to do on the first round of combat.
Yep, that's his turn.
All right, and I'll take my
Father
turn.
Reinhardt.
All right, so I am going to. Well, let's see. I would be taking my turn now, so I guess I would put me at the bottom of initiative. Because I was delaying until after Cormac used daylight, but then Fingrim went, so I just let him go. And
Oh yeah, I delayed till right after Cormac too, so I didn't catch that you were
Okay,
doing that
yeah,
too.
you're fine. Go
no
ahead.
worries. Okay, so I want to try to identify this creature. Knowledge,
Yep,
religion.
knowledge religion.
All right, so I'll be getting a +3 bonus on this because of Inspired Courage. Or no. That's for just attack rolls and stuff. All right. So, what is this creature?
You know this is an undead.
Ugh.
Oh.
It's undead, but it's also an extraplanar kind of undead.
Cold
Ooh.
immunities?
You know that it's immune to cold. It's immune to cold. It has undead traits. It has spell resistance. You know that it does have a weakness, though, and that is its aversion to light. Is that as long as it's in the presence of bright light, it is sick.
Okay.
It's in dim light right now since the daylight just countered the darkness.
So when it's in, I didn't catch that last bit. When it's in bright light, it what?
If it's in bright light, it becomes sickened.
Interesting. Do I know?
If it's in the presence of actual sunlight, it gets worse. It's the penalties are doubled in natural sunlight.
Interesting.
It's gonna be pretty hard to get natural sunlight here, but
I wonder.
yeah, could hit bright light. Could be is something we could do.
Let's
Probably.
see. All right, then I have a. Is that all the information?
It has DR as well, and you need good and silver to overcome it.
Okay. So I'll relay that.
Or just a good old +5 weapon.
Yep. It's so I felt like some sort of attack it made, and I know that it can go invisible. Do I know what sort of attacks it makes? Like anything
You're
that
pretty
has
sure it only
physical?
possesses natural attacks, such as its bite, but it also has a very large, very pointy tail tip, so it likely has a sting. And it could have poison.
Okay.
I'm not Capri. Okay.
Yeah. Collecting poisons and curses and diseases.
Do I know if this thing does cold damage with its bite?
It probably does. You felt this bone-chilling cold. It seems to just exude cold.
Okay. Then I'll use the communal resist energy cold on the party. And that'll be a full round action. Because it's at least 5 people.
Yeah.
So everyone gets resist cold 30 for an hour.
Woo! Nice.
And I'll roll the concentration.
Oh wow. It's It's finally almost my
All right.
turn.
I
Yeah.
know. All right. That is my turn. I can't do any more, but
Okay.
I warn
Kudu.
everyone.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, that sucks. Hmm. Is it close to us?
Kind of. It's
Okay.
within 20 feet of you.
Okay, so I have a feeling that if it had reach, it might be able to get me. Okay, I will chance it and fly. Or wait, no, I'm gonna finish my summon first. So my summon's gonna happen. Then I'm gonna chance it and fly, which is gonna provoke. But I'm gonna
Mhm.
get to the air and like I can't. There's an invisible
Would just
wall.
summon.
There's an invisible wall preventing me from going where I want to.
Really?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
There you go. You're
Oh,
good.
there we go. Okay. I'm just gonna go over here somewhere. Okay, so I can summon greater elementals now. So it's a greater ether elemental, which is huge.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, they're still huge for you. They unfortunately don't go bigger than huge unless they're kind of like special.
Yeah, he just hits harder and stuff.
We get a unique elemental. Yeah, could get a colossal one then. But yeah, like I think even elder ones are just
So
huge.
we have deadly aim now. Look at us. Ooh. Improved iron will. Oh my. Precise shot and point blank shot.
Okay, you can put the thing where you want it, but yes, it is going to take an attack of opportunity on you, Kudu.
Okay, I'm gonna probably summon that thing, like over here. Here. There we go. Okay, that's fine. There should be good. Okay.
Yeah, it tries to bite you. This is a 39 hit you.
Maybe. Concealment.
It does not care about your concealment.
What?
What?
It can see through it.
No. Okay. Fine.
It has a special ability as per its whatchamacallit, its creature subtype. As long as it is in whatchamacallit, in
Light.
dim light or darkness, it has truth.
Yeah, and this is counts as dim light because of the twilight, perpetual twilight of the
Oh.
It has an extraordinary
Carcosa.
ability called Dark Sense.
dang.
So you're gonna take some damage. Do you have freedom of movement on you, or are you susceptible to?
I have freedom of movement, right? We put that on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You take 44 points of damage from the bite.
Okay.
You would take cold damage, but you have cold resist 30 on you, and it can't do more than.
Than that. All right.
And it tries to grab you, but it fails because you have freedom of movement.
Okay.
Right.
So my elemental's gonna blast at it, and I'm gonna blast at it. So we're both gonna blast. So first the elemental, since we have precise shot, point blank shot, and deadly aim, I'm gonna add my point blank in there. Am I 30 feet? I think so.
Yes, you are within 30 feet,
Okay.
and it is also within 30 feet.
Okay. And this is telekinetic throw, which I'm pretty sure just goes against the regular AC. Yeah, it just goes against the regular AC. Does that hit?
34?
Uh-huh.
Going after its AC?
Yeah.
Yes, that hits.
Okay, so it's gonna do... So one for the point blank, and then our deadly aim. It's just like power attack, right? So 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, and then Kudu, I moved, so I'm going to not burn myself, but I am going to burn myself, not gather power. I'm going to burn to blast with a telekinetic blast against its AC.
Okay.
Did it even roll? It didn't add the 18.
No, it was like
So
it didn't
18
like
plus
add.
18.
So is it 18 plus 18?
Yeah. Here, I'll just reroll it.
So 33.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 33 hits it.
Okay. And Judge is gonna 5-foot step over here.
Hi, Drench.
Okay.
Burble, burble, burble.
Is that your turn? It
Yep.
seems like both attacks do hurt it.
Nice.
They don't get through all of its DR, but
Yeah.
well, you do get through its DR, but yeah, it's fairly high DR that it has. All right, so it's going to do one thing. First is it's going to cast a quicken spell, and I need Vengrim, Father Reinhardt, and Cormac to give me reflex saves.
Reflex save. Okay.
I need a reflex. Sorry.
Yes.
I think
I
that's
think we
like
have-
everyone's bad save.
Not mine.
Yeah, but we do have freedom of movement, so if anything that would reduce our actual speed tries to happen, that'll negate it. See, we do have haste.
Usually quicken spells have lower. Yeah, usually quicken spells have lower DCs, so that might help us too.
Nice. I got a 27.
Mine is actually the 23.
You giving yourself that +1 for haste?
Hero Lab's doing it, so yep.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Let's see for Eric. He doesn't have a very good save. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
no.
DC has protection from cold on.
Yeah.
All right. It's a cone of cold. It's a blast of frigid
Alright.
ice.
Okay. So resist 30 of it too.
Yeah, so you resist 30 of this, and if you saved, it's
What was
halved first and then resist.
who saved though? You didn't tell us the DC or anything.
Oh, sorry. All three of you guys save. It's just Eric Zahn who didn't save.
We don't take any damage then because of our resist cold, and Erickson takes some of that. Okay, that's not too bad.
You took 15. Yeah, not
There's
too
just
bad.
this quickened action though, so he's still got more. But
Yeah.
And Kudu, how high off the ground are you?
I don't know, like 20 feet maybe.
Okay. It's going to move closer. And it is going to make a... It's going to make a vital strike against Cormac.
Oh.
Because you've got the light. Or at least you were the one who put up the light.
Yeah, I was the one that put it up because it just dispels it, doesn't? It's not
Yeah, it
still
doesn't
has
like that.
daylight on it.
Oh, I got a 1.
Oh, man. It's second
That was
one.
pretty good. Yeah.
second one in a row. Yeah.
Cormac.
He moved. This thing's big, so it's gonna reach me, but he's gonna move back. He'll take an attack of opportunity if it does.
Alright, it
But-
will attack you. It's gonna give you a sting. I'm assuming that hits you. Go ahead and give me a fortitude save. You take 29 points of damage from the sting. And do you have anything versus poison, or is 24 the final number?
24 is the final number. And what type of damage was that sting? It's just straight
That was piercing.
So he's going to block it. So
Okay.
he's going to, as immediate action, change his armor to that. And negate some of the damage.
Here's the... Well, go ahead and finish your thing, and I'll give you the effects of the poison.
He's going to cast Daylight again.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
You cast it.
Try to weaken this thing a little bit more.
Yeah.
You
gives
give
bright
off
light out
a
to, like,
bright
40 feet
aura
around
of light. I think it's 60 feet, isn't it? It's like deeper
the-
darkness.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the same.
So yeah.
And
basically
yeah,
the
it
whole
does
area.
seem to like recoil
Sicken's
from
really
it.
good.
It doesn't like it.
Lowers all of its attack, damage, saving throws, skills.
But here's
all
the
that
bad
too.
part. You feel this. It doesn't even feel like poison is in your body. It's injected you with like its own like shadowy, cold essence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here comes the
And
drain.
so that 1d4, yeah, you take 3 points of con drain and take 1 negative level.
Ugh, gross.
As it like, yeah, it's sapping your life away from you.
I guess restoration can get rid of both, but you're gonna have to deal with that poison first. That's actually really deadly poison. Negative
Oh yeah,
level.
no, the thing
and
that you guys are
con drain.
fighting, it's not as high of a CR as the Shogoth, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Fingram.
Okay. I'm going to use a swift action and 2 points of arcane pool to enhance my luck blade. Technically, yeah, I'm gonna cast it to a +5 undead bane because I've been told this is an And let's see. I'm going to cast. I'm gonna do a spell combat, and I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Chill Touch because I might be able to make it randomly like run away for no reason. It could happen. It is sickened, so it has the lower will save. All right. And then
Chill touch. It's immune to cold though.
yeah, Chill Touch.
Yeah, but Chill Dust doesn't actually deal cold damage.
Oh right. God, I keep forgetting that.
It's weird. It's a
like,
funny
it's like
spell.
necromancy, blood chill.
Yep, it's necromancy.
Is all my shit accurate?
Let's
Okay.
just call
Do
it,
we
like,
have
Wraith touch
Inspire?
or something. I don't
We
know.
have Inspire Courage, right? I haven't
Yes.
turned that on yet. Okay. I was like, my numbers look low.
Oh, I
Why
never
do they
turned
look
that
low?
on.
Did
Whoops.
Inspire Courage give
Well, that
you a
didn't happen
bonus
during
to
my turn.
saves?
That happened after.
It's a
Only
+3 to
Only to
fear.
fear, yeah. So that's not going to help
Okay.
with this. All right. So it's 22 plus 3 more. Okay. Ooh, look at that. No confirm though.
Yeah.
So does this thing have spell resistance I got to overcome?
It does.
Okay. So I'll try that first. So it's a d20 plus 18, I think, because I just have spell pen and that's it. Yeah. Okay. 21 versus the SR. That might not
That
even
does not
true.
beat its SR.
Okay. Well, I still got to do the damage. So this is a d6 plus 9 plus 5 plus 2d6. So 23 damage. And then
Okay.
And then I'll do my normal.
And your
iterative
sword
attack.
is +5 or greater.
Yeah, it's actually basically +7 because it's got Bane on it,
Okay.
but it's normally not a number that you can get. But so 36 for the next attack.
36
For-
hits.
Yep, for 22 more damage. 32.
32 misses.
Okay. 28 probably misses too then, and 31 misses as well. All right, well, I got a couple hits. And that's my turn.
Alright. Eric Zahn is going to defensively cast. I think he has a mirror image. Yeah, he does. He's gonna mirror image
Nice.
himself.
Good plan.
The good news is that now that it's bright light, it doesn't have its true sight.
That's
Oh.
true too.
Oh. Yay.
Alright, he gets all of his images. And he keeps playing. Father Reinhardt.
All right. Let's see. So this creature is right in front of me.
Yep. It did take an attack opportunity, but it might have combat reflexes. So
Yeah. Cormac, do you? I guess I'll call out to Cormac if.
He has a heal spell.
Okay. Do poisons affect the person like at the end of their turn, or?
I think the poison triggers when
They got poisoned.
on the turn that they got poisoned. At the initiative, they got poisoned. So I'm not 100% sure how it happens when you get it on an attack opportunity. If it happens at the end of Cormac's next turn or the beginning, that's something I'm actually not sure of. Normally, you get poisoned on an enemy's turn, and it just happens on their turn. But
Matt, how would you rule it? Like, if Cormac cast it on his turn, if he was going to, if he's still afflicted by the poison, would he be able to get rid of it before it debilitated him again?
Before it debilitates him?
that's a good question because it might make sense for you to go over and do it anyway if he's going to get hit by another tick of it before he can cast heal himself.
I'm gonna say it's gonna happen on his turn, but like at the end of his turn.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, then I am going to. All right. So he's second. So I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
wait. No, I don't. Never mind. It's not. I don't have it prepared. Whoops. All right. But that's okay. Do I know if this creature is weak to fire, or if it
It's
resists?
not weak to fire, but it doesn't resist it either.
Okay. I think I am going to cast a flame strike on this creature,
Okay.
and
You're gonna do it defensively.
yeah, I'm gonna do it defensively. So let's see, 20. It's 15 plus double the spell level, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I don't even have to worry about it unless it's like a level 9 spell, but I'll roll it.
Or if it has disruptive.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
You successfully casted a spell defensively. I take an attack opportunity on Reinhardt. I gotta even make sure I use that ability this time.
All right, so if it somehow increases the DC by 9, I should be okay.
All right, you're good.
All right, it needs to make a reflex save.
Give me a spell
yeah,
resistance check.
that is correct. I'm just too eager. And this creature isn't an outsider, right? It's just undead?
It's not outsider. It's an extraplanar undead.
Ah, God, that's so stupid. I wish they'd add outsider to it.
You're not technically outside. These are all on the material plane.
All right. Does a 30 beat its SR?
Yes, it does. But it
Okay.
saves.
Ah. Yeah, even with the penalties, it does save. Yeah, the
So roll the
DC
damage.
was
Still take half
Yeah.
damage though. And it's not resistant to fire or divine energy, so
Oh, that was an okay roll. Got a lot of max.
yeah.
All right, so it looks like it's taken 28 points of damage.
Yep.
Oh, and you know what? For shits and giggles, I'm gonna fuck this thing up with a turn undead. As a move action, I'm gonna channel energy,
Ooh, I like it.
and I
Okay.
present my holy symbol to it, and I say, "Turn, ye undead beast of darkness!" And it has to make a will save.
I had a paladin I played in Kingmaker who had quick channel, and the archetype where you get a separate channel pool from your lay on hand. And I
Yes.
took like a reach weapon, so I could like I could move into a spot and
I think it saves at the 34.
then channel as with
Oh.
a quick channel, or do like a single attack and channel if I needed to. It's pretty nice. I like quick channel.
Next time I may just do the damage, but all right, good to
All right,
know.
Kudu, it's your turn.
Okie dokie. Let's start with the elemental. The elemental is going to same shit. Same shit. So let me just push that up arrow. Ooh.
That'll miss.
Yeah, okay. Then it won't do that. Yeah, I can only throw once. Okay, I'm going to gather power. To avoid burn. I guess it doesn't even matter if I burned myself or not. I don't gather power. I'm just gonna blast the thing. But I am going to fly away from it, further, which is maybe provoke if it hasn't.
Well, it hit Cormac with its attack of opportunity, and it doesn't attack you for right now.
Cool. So then I'll do that and move over here. Boost my blast, burn myself, and kaboom. Oh.
Yeah, it's a big wah.
Oh, that is so sad.
Get him, Drench. You can do it. It's all on you.
You're our only hope.
That's a nice move you have there, Father Reinhardt. You're channeling energy. But let me show you how it's done. Everybody give me a will save.
Ooh, alright.
As it starts to exude negative energy.
How dare you! Alright.
I double clicked. The 40 is the first.
Is this an aberration?
No.
It is not an aberration.
I probably failed it.
I'm gonna re-roll for Kudu. Ugh. It's a little better. And then let's see, we got Drench.
I'm pretty sure I failed.
Is this fear-based as our Inspire?
It's a channel.
It is not fear-based.
Channel resistance applies if you have that.
No, I don't.
Yeah. I think you have to be undead to have channel resistance.
And then I need to roll for the elemental as well. What is it?
Yep, Eric Zahn rolls poorly too.
6. Well, oh man, him and Drench have a lot in common.
Does it have quick channel though?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out if it also vital strikes someone. 34, even if it's a standard action, that's not bad for a standard action as AoE, especially considering that it looks like a lot of us failed to save. Probably me, Drench, Zahn. I haven't seen Cormac's roll yet. Oh, there it is, 31.
It's in there. Yeah, 31. Yeah, so The 40 and the 31 save. Everybody else fails.
No, even the 28. Dang.
Nope, its channel DC is high.
Yep. All right, so I
Yep,
take
34 points of negative energy damage.
Okay. I mean, it's not
Eric
the-
Zahn is hurting.
Yeah, you should
We still
probably
take
like.
half, right?
Yeah, you take half.
You
if
save for
make a
half,
save.
yeah. But that seems to be its standard action. It doesn't do anything else. It just channels.
Yeah, good. Doesn't have
Cormac,
quick
you feel the shadowy poison in your veins.
He casts heal on himself.
Okay, you cast heal. It removes the poison. Only the only the drain
negative
and negative
level.
level.
There, yeah.
Rem-
You can move that after the combat.
Do you do anything else?
I guess you could cast Death Ward too, and that would at least negate the negative level part of the penalty from it. But you can't do that this turn, probably, unless you have a quickened one somehow.
No, he doesn't. But he does have.
He's like, I prepared quickened miracle though.
Yeah. What was he gonna do? I don't know. We'll just quicken quick channel of force into his weapon.
Okay. Finger.
And that's his turn.
All right. So we do have the daylight as well, so I could actually cast mirror image as well, and it would be useful-ish. Unless he keeps throwing AoE channels and whatnot at
Yep,
us.
just channel negative energy.
All right, I am going to do a spell combat. I think I'm also going to use a swift action to activate arcane accuracy for this round as well. And I'm going to, for my spell combat, I'm actually just going to use, I'm just going to do Shocking Grasp. I'll cast it defensively with a plus a billion for the concentration check. I can roll it if you'd like.
You're fine.
So first attack is going to be plus 30.
That'll hit.
I got to roll versus spell resistance.
Yes.
34 versus SR, so that probably
That'll
will do
succeed.
it. Okay. So 17 electricity damage.
All right.
And 26 damage from the undead being short sword.
I'll be right back.
And then I'll
Okay.
do the rest of my iteratives, or all my iteratives after that. Ooh, I did not put keen on my weapon though, so it's not a chance for crit, but that'll hit for 24 more damage.
Okay.
23 damage. This is a 43 hit.
Yeah, 43 hits.
Okay, 24 damage, and then my last. Damn, rolling good this round. $22 more damage.
Chipping away.
Okay.
I didn't do that too quick. He got all the damage in there. That's. I could do
You're
a
pretty
quicken
good.
spell potentially as well. Is there any quicken spell that would make sense? Not really. All right, that's going to be my turn.
Eric is going to take a total defense action and keep performing.
All right.
That's
Okay.
what he's got. Father
Probably
Reinhardt.
a good call.
Father Reinhardt takes offense to being channeled at. So he is going to cast an 8th level spell defensively. All right. He is going to sacrifice a holy aura to cast Mass Cure Serious Wounds.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
So you can damage and heal at the same time.
That's right. So this thing needs to make a DC 26 will save. I don't know if it gets a bonus because it's positive energy, but we'll see.
I think it gets a bonus.
It saves though.
Even if it has channel
Alrighty.
resistance, I don't think that applies to cure spells. But yeah, it'll take half damage at least, and we'll all get healed.
Oh yeah. Let's see if it even breaks the SR.
Oh yeah. Forgot about SR, even though I just had to roll it.
Wow, that's one less.
You succeed.
All right, still succeed. All right, everyone gets healed for 28 points of damage, and this thing suffers 14 points of positive energy damage.
Yep, it does.
All right, and it's going to have to make another will save, but this time I'm just going to be dealing straight up damage to it
The quick channel.
as I do again.
I'm kind of away from you
All right.
guys. Does that hit me too?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, no, it's fine. I expected.
Yeah, it hit Sarexon, who was pretty badly hurt though.
Yeah, I can swift action heal myself if I ever need to, so... Yeah.
Okay, it takes half.
Oh wait, is it? I think that should be 8d6. My bad. So that's 5 less. That would be 28.
So 14.
Okay. It takes half.
All right, and that's my turn.
Maybe Kudu can kill it.
All right, Kudu.
Maybe. Elemental will blast. Ah.
The 15
Nice.
misses.
I don't know
I don't know
what
what
that
the 15
was. Maybe I fat fingered something. I'm just hitting my up arrow to find the dice rolls that I used. This one. That's the elemental's damage. That's not the yeah, that's the elemental's damage.
52.
Yeah. Ah, you rolled a 19. That's a chance for crit. Let me try to crit. If it's critable. I don't know. Do I crit?
That should back it up, yes.
Okay, then that's the crit.
Nice.
And you know what? I don't even have the Inspire in there, so add another 6. Inspires to damage, right? No, it's only to hit.
Inspire Courage is +3 to hit and damage.
And damage, yeah, so another 6.
Okay, yeah, that's enough to bring it down.
Noise.
And as it is an undead, it dies. It kind of like it thrashes about, and like the red like lights that it's kind of like the red eyes basically that are in its body all kind of like start to fade, and its body it quickly like decomposes, and it leaves behind like a giant skeleton of a not arthropod, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had quite a bit of HP, but that's mostly what it had. It didn't have like any significant defenses other than its DR and its S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as you study it a little bit, yeah, this is a. It does have a whatchamacallit, a sub. Is that this is
Yeah.
a out of character? It's a nightshade.
Mm-hmm. Those kind of creatures are cool.
This is
There's
a night crawler.
Ooh.
Nightcrawler. Yeah.
Yep.
If
Mhm.
the thing doesn't teleport.
Like plane shift.
Mm.
I was
Yeah.
making a that's been a Nightcrawler reference.
Yeah.
Oh, totally missed that.
Yeah. Luckily, you guys are the freedom of movement helps a lot, so it can't grab you guys.
Yeah.
But it also has mass hold monster, which would have been nasty.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, freedom of movement also makes you immune to that. So it's too bad I didn't like spend a turn trying to do that anyway, because it like might not know.
Well,
we had
once it realized that it
grab.
couldn't grab you,
Yeah.
it figured something was up because they're not
Yeah.
mindless.
I'm gonna use my Pearl of Power to.
But yeah, they can channel negative energy like all nightshades, and their poison is pretty nasty. That's 1d4 con drain and 1 negative level
Ugh.
per round for 6.
Gross.
Yeah,
Well, speaking of
that
that,
can just kill
drain,
you. That can just straight up kill you.
Cormac casts restoration on himself.
And
Alright.
yeah, their natural attacks inflict 46 points of cold damage on each hit, so the
Yeah.
damage adds up pretty quickly.
Yeah, resist energy cold helps a lot for that.
And if it swallows you, not only do you take damage from being swallowed whole, but you also take 1 negative level every round you remain swallowed.
Gross.
yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I guess if
Yeah.
you know you're gonna fight one and you put Death Ward up, that can help a lot versus that. But the drain can by itself can still just kill you from the poison.
Yeah, not a bad random encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah, fortunately, we had countermeasures for pretty much everything.
Well,
Like,
yeah, we're
Almost up from the beginning.
level 16 characters.
Yeah, you guys are
so
level 16. It was
it's
within
pretty-
your CR.
You have to throw really absurd. I mean, a lot of the stuff.
This thing was
pretty
1
absurd.
CR less than the Shogoth, so it's not
Yeah.
quite as tough.
Yeah, well, I mean, we
You
probably
keep
could
on
take the
to yours.
Shogoth too, but yeah, it's like there's no reason for us. I feel like to fight it if we don't have to. So I guess we could go try to hunt it for experience, but I don't know. I mean,
The Shogoth is scary.
we're probably gonna get to level 17 maybe by the end of the book, and maybe I don't know. We're like still 30,000 experience.
Well,
away,
see, the thing that is scary about the Shogoth that this thing doesn't have is the Shogoth has like constant. It has an aura that just can drive you in.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd rather take this thing that doesn't have like a stuff that just wrecks the party, like their action economy.
Let's see. Eric, he's still injured, right?
A little bit, but you did heal him for quite a bit. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm basically at full health.
he can cure himself too.
Okay. I will allow him to do so.
He'll cast Cure Serious on himself.
Fingrum will look to the others and say, "This is probably the worst city I've ever been to."
Really? Is it worse than Neruzavik or the Null City?
It's definitely worse than the Null City. It's probably on par with Neruzavin.
Well,
Alright.
then let us keep going and get out of here as swiftly as possible.
The
You
Null City,
do.
the Null City wasn't that bad. Like Fingrum didn't have a bad time there.
And you guys start to come across some water. And out in the distance, you can actually see this giant lake.
Oh.
this giant lake. And the lake feeds into a river that comes into another nexus. And this nexus is quite different from the other ones you've seen. It has very, very high, tall buildings with lights and stuff like that.
What a weird looking place.
Is there anything out in the lake?
Anything out in the lake?
Yeah. I scanned the horizon.
The lake does have a description.
It's a big blue wet thing.
Let's see. You don't see any fish swimming near the shoreline, but there are inexplicable ripples that disturb its surface. Occasionally, immense and indistinct shapes break the surface of the water, too vague to be clearly discerned. And there is a cloying mist that surrounds it, but you guys aren't close to it. You just see it in the distance.
All right, guys. Time to go swimming. But no.
But yeah, eventually you guys come to the Paris Nexus. And Eric shows you where his home is. He is eager to get back.
Yeah, we'll follow him there to begin with, and
Yeah.
it'd be good to set up a base of operations.
Lead the way, Eric.
Eric, we're rooming in your place. Thank you for having us as your guest. I don't know. He might kick us out. He's like, all right, I got home. Get out of here.
What? No, we rescued his ass. He's gonna accommodate.
But yeah, he takes you over here to the H.
All
That
right.
seems to be where his home is.
Okay.
We have to like walk through the streets to get there. Like, are there people?
Yep, you do.
Do we see a bunch of people wandering around? Or...
Well, what you do see is this cobbled street begins south of the river and crosses it twice over large bridges of black stone. The river here has a foul smell, and the light from Carcosa's black suns is particularly dim. Once past the northernmost bridge, the street becomes very narrow and precariously steep, occasionally nothing more than flights of steps with rails. Towards its end, the street becomes a patchwork of cobble, paving stones, and bare earth with struggling greenish-gray vegetation that ends at an ivy-covered wall. One house in particular stands taller than all the others. A rickety 5-story building with a garret room. The attic room directly under the peaked roof has a window that faces west and overlooks the border between this nexus and the next.
Huh. Okay.
And this is the house that Eric makes for.
I follow him, eagerly taking in the sights of the city.
You do. And he points up to the 5th floor.
I ask him, well, are there stairs? Do we go inside?
He nods, yes.
All right. I'll go inside
Hmm.
then, I guess.
So he starts fishing through his pockets, and he eventually produces a key, and he like shakily puts the key into the front door, and he starts to turn it.
All right.
However, you guys start to hear and see other creatures approaching you, and it seems like they've been kind of hiding like in a stake, but they're not that difficult to see coming. Where are they? There we go.
Oh, it's Linguals.
Yep, 8 of them show up. 8 of them show up, and they're dressed in what you guys wouldn't recognize as modern kind of clothing, but they have modern clothes. And I think only a couple of you would recognize the weapons they pull on you, but out of character, they pull revolvers on.
Oh,
They've got
shit.
guns.
Oh no.
No, not guns. I don't know if in character. I've seen guns. No, I have. Duh. Jane had a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never
Like,
worked.
fire-
So our expectations
Paul
Paul
Reinhardt
Reinhardt
of
might
guns
not
are
be
pretty
sure
low.
what they're doing.
Well, I do have some knowledge in engineering. I might.
Not Jane,
Oh no,
like,
you've seen Jane's
I
gun,
think we've all seen
but
guns
their
before.
guns look a lot better than hers.
They look
If
cool.
only Jane could have made it to this book, this is where she finally would have gotten an upgrade.
Yeah.
But yeah, they start surrounding you guys with these guns, and one of them speaks, "Surrender! Surrender, Eric-san!"
Oh. They know you.
He nods, but he puts up his arms. He puts up his hand, and he starts to walk towards them.
I hold up a hand and say, "Now, just a moment, Eric. Let us speak with these creatures, perhaps parley with them. Under whose authorities are you taking Eric Zahn? And for what reason?"
"We are taking him for his own protection. Who are you, and what are you doing with him?"
"I'll answer you in a moment. Eric, is this true?" I look to him.
He nods his head, but he takes like his little book out and he starts writing something, and he
Okay.
passes it.
All right, I will look and read
And
it.
well, the ghoul reads it, exclaims, "That's where you've been for this long? Do you know what kind of chaos our city has been plunged into because of your absence?"
Okay. Finger will kind of like sigh a little bit, like relief, because it seems like they actually are like sort of Eric's allies somehow.
Even so, I would like to sense motive them,
He's-
if possible.
Eric's supposed to be like the leader of this nexus, almost. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's what we've heard.
Yeah. What do you want to sense?
Just to see if they're actually, like, if they do want to protect him, or if they're just
If
trying
they're
to
actually,
get him.
if they're genuinely concerned.
Yeah.
Correct.
Sure, go ahead, sense motive. They do seem genuinely concerned.
All right.
In
I'll
fact, they
tell-
seem rather civil.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lengul's in the past that we've met have been pretty civil too. Like, we met them 2 other times. We met the ones in the catacombs below Neruzavin, and we also met ones in the Dream Realm where they wanted us to help fight some
The
gugs or some shit.
heroes of Arviton.
Yeah, we met the Lenguls of Arvinton.
okay.
And Eric further writes to them, and they read it, and they the one ghoul that's like been talking like tells the others to. He gives the gesture, and they put their guns. And that one steps up to you, Father Reinhardt, and takes a bow as they say, "Forgive us. We've been searching high and low for Lord Zahn.
Oh, jeez.
We owe you our gratitude for bringing him back to us, but it's already been too long. There's distress and chaos in the city that must be addressed, and only he can fix.
Well, everyone here has had a part.
Quickly, we must get him to safety." And they start ushering everybody into his residence.
All right. Well, that's where I was going anyway. So
Anyways,
I will,
yeah.
yeah, I'll
So
go
yeah,
with
you
it.
guys get in, and they start to tell you some things. We're gonna wrap up the session here, but where we're gonna leave off is the ghouls start telling you guys and Eric that the Nexus has been torn apart in your absence. A savage member, a savage ghoul named Armel has arisen to take your place. He's organized many of us into a semblance of a military, very loosely, but he's done nothing to maintain order. His reign has become violent and erratic. All of our businesses have been shut down. If it's not a bar or a larder, he wants none of it.
Mm.
And so Eric thinks for a moment and he writes to you guys. I'm sorry to ask you, but before you go and deal with the stone, please help me rid the Nexus of Armel so that I can reestablish order.
Well, I can't imagine that this doesn't help us in some way anyway. I'm sure that I wouldn't be surprised to see in some way in being connected to our own enemies.
He nods and he tells you through his writing, I know that your journey could take you right towards the stone, but because of how serious this is, I can give you 3 powerful treasures that may assist you after you've helped me reestablish order.
I think I speak for myself, but I think everyone here shares the same sentiment that we are more than willing to form a resistance with you, Eric-san.
Yeah.
All right. He says that he'll help you in whatever way he can, treasures included, in getting to what he corrects you as the Eiffel Tower once all of his friends are assured of his safety and that Armel is dealt with.
What a weird name for a place.
All right. So yeah, that's where we'll end it, and I'll give you guys some experience.
Cool.
All right.
Wunderbar.
Zabendor 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, he was pretty. That thing was not that super strong. It was like a CR16 or something.
It
The
should have
Nightshade
been.
was a CR18.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it should have been an easier encounter because I should have been taking attack opportunities every time it was doing all this because it was basically just a spellcaster. But oh well.
That's okay. I'll try to remember and help you out. Because
I'll remember it next time it comes up. I'll be like, oh yeah, Counter Strike.
Like, no, too bad they have something that negates that now.
Yeah, I mean, well, if they have something where they're not, I can't take attack opportunities on them. That, like, if they have cover versus me or something, or concealment, total concealment or something like that, then yeah, then it won't matter.
Cool.
That's like one of the nice things actually. Cover, if you get, as long as you get the +4 cover, no attack opportunities. That's one of the reasons why like interposing hand is so good. Because even though it's like the shield, it's only a +4 cover bonus, which is like the same as shield gives me anyway. But as a 5th level spell, the other thing I get to do is I can run at them without taking attack opportunities.
Here's your chunk of experience. You guys get 76,800.
Nice.
Okay. Still
I'm so
pretty-
excited that we're in Paris.
Yeah, so we're 200,000 away from leveling up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure once you guys finish with this Nexus, you guys will probably either be 17 or on the cusp of 17.
I figured
Which is accurate because for the last place and especially the last encounter, you need to be 17.
I kind of figured we'll be level 17 for that. What do I get level 17? I think I get. Oh, my arcane pool goes up to +5, but otherwise, yeah, it's just like the feat you get for odd levels. And I
Yep,
think I
now
get
we're in
arcana.
Paris. And all these civilized ghouls are like, we need you to help us.
Oh no, I get a bonus feat, a bonus combat feat. So I get 2 feats next level, and my arcane pool's a +5. That's basically all I get. But
And I do have a fun little ambiance track to play once you guys do find Armel's location, because it's somewhere kind of specific and should be
Cool.
fun.
Nice. I bet that river that's running through it is the Seine, or however you pronounce it.
It is the Seine, but
Yay!
the waters of Lake Holly are flowing through it instead.
Gross. Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna be casting a legend lore here.
But as you guys heard, this place does have businesses, but they're all closed because of all the disorder and chaos that's going on.
Yep. To reap our treasures, you must complete a task.
Mm-hmm.
Where have I heard that before?
Every campaign.
All right, well, that was fun. Hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys
Yeah.
later, and I'll see Pluto in secret tomorrow morning.